Why do I always forget to turn that off? Hello, everybody! Geekling here. How is it going? Please ignore my VTube Studio overlay. One day I will remember to turn it off, I promise. I hope you are all doing well today. I'm good today. If you are having a rough day, then hopefully this should be a chill time. So, but yes. I hope you are all good, though. We're playing some Genshin today. We are getting going on Act 2 of the Fontaine Archon Quest, so that's fun. Last time we finished Act 1, we went to court, and we won, baby. We did so good. And I was big brain. But yes. Final Fantasy is having its 10th anniversary event, and I'm vibing so hard with this mount. Oh my gosh. I really need to get into that game. I need to. I've only played a couple of Final Fantasy games. I soft-locked myself in one of them, so. As you do. But. But yes. I need to do that. But, yeah. Allow me to head on over to the game here. I'm just gonna, stick myself in the game. I figured I would just sit in the menu for a second, just so that, you guys wouldn't have to listen to, the idle voice lines. But let's head in. Alright. Full screen game time. Let's go. Alright. I'm excited to play more of this Archon Quest. I'm very happy. And I don't have the stress of having to pull for Linny anymore. 'Cause I got my boy. So now it's saving for Fremine, who is gonna be here in a few days. I should check to see exactly how long it's going to be. I'm gonna look once it loads. But yes. Fremine, I'm gonna pull until I get Fremine. So, hopefully nobody else decides to come home. Because I do still want to have funds for Nuvulets. That's important. But, I'll wail for Nuvulets if I have to. I love that man. Alright, Genshin, come on. You got this. It always has such a hard time with this first loading screen. It's big Sag. Is the internet getting better for you? Yes. It seems to be behaving a bit better today, so fingers crossed it will continue to be that way. This is just, it takes forever to load initially with all the stuff it's loading in. After this, it'll be okay. But yes. Funds for characters? Oh yes. I need funds. Let's take a look-see here. Okay, we have 9 days, so, in a couple weeks, I'll have a Genshin stream, and we'll pull for Fremine. And, hopefully, no one else will come home that's not supposed to. Alright, let's get... Hopefully, Friday was very chaotic. Yes, it was. It certainly was, but it was fun. I did enjoy hanging out with you guys. Alright. Get our squad out here. Let's see. Quest. Yes, I'm navigating. Good, good. M. I hit N. That's not the button. Alright. Let's do this. We have to go to a tea party. We have to go to a tea party with Navia. But yes, I believe everything is working a bit better. The weather has kind of started to stabilize a bit more in my area, so we should be better now. We should be doing a bit better. Also, by the way, I bought some games. I bought One Hand Clapping, and I also bought Cats Organized Neatly. I thought it might be funny on my art streams if it does decide to go out like that, if I just played Cats Organized Neatly. I thought that would be funny. But I also got One Hand Clapping, which I think I'm gonna stream that next week, so singing stream, I guess. Sort of. It's not really a karaoke or anything. It's just, you know, me yelling at the game to get it to work. Yeah. Alright, let's go see Navia. We can just mold it some cats when the art program stops working. Hello, Navia.
My father when I was little.
Let me know how the sound is.
After growing up. I hope the food here will be to your taste.
Me too.
Oh, don't worry. We haven't eaten at a hotel like this in a while. Paimon's getting excited already.
Yeah.
In that case, I'll go order for us first. Please wait here a moment.
But how do you know what we want, Navia? We haven't said what we want yet. Just the chicken tenders is fine.
Ooh, everything looks so good.
I don't see nuggies on that table.
Sure know how to enjoy life.
Gosh dang it.
Why, of course. Go ahead, try whatever you like. If the food's good, I'll make a group reservation for the rest of Spina di Rosula next time.
Is this lasagna? This lasagna and garlic bread? Oh my. Oh my goodness. I'm British and every time I go to a tea party, I have to just sit in the corner. Because surprisingly, I've never tried tea. Oh my goodness. Fake British person in the chat.
And if it's not?
Well, then I'll still bring everyone. Albeit with only one dish per table.
You, sure have your own way of doing things. Oh, we called this a farewell meal, but we could also treat it like a victory feast, right? We did just win that case after all.
Heck yeah. Thanks to my big brain who solves the case so effortlessly and flawlessly, might I add. It definitely was worth celebrating.
Oh, true. Very true. In that case, boss, we'll have another 2 dishes.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if I can hold all that.
Huh? Paimon didn't mean that you had to order even more food.
Just how rich are you, Navia?
Speaking of cases, do you think that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances will get caught soon now that this has all happened?
None of my business. None of my business.
Well, we've certainly taken a big step forward, but I feel that's about it. We know that there's an organization that means to dissolve these young women, but we still don't know what they are really after.
Yeah, like, what's the point? What's the point of dissolving people?
If it hadn't happened right in front of us, Paimon wouldn't have ever believed that a person could be dissolved like that.
Yeah, it's kind of cray-cray.
Right? Yet it was because this was such a preposterous notion that the investigation could never really move forward before.
Yeah.
Ugh. If only that guy could have finished speaking. We were so close to hearing who was behind it.
Indeed. It goes like, person, do you want tea? I mean, no. Person, but you're British. Yeah, but you don't like tea. I haven't tried it. Oh my gosh. Yeah. You're breaking the stereotypes. Also, hello! Welcome to the stream. Glad to see you here.
In such investigations, even the smallest step can seem like a yawning chasm if the trail of clues is cut off.
Oh.
To be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities might conduct. It's not that I don't have faith in their ability. It's just that a different perspective is required in some matters. It's easy to guard against and deceive a single narrow perspective. A shift in thinking is required at such times in order to produce a breakthrough.
Indeed, Navia. You're smart.
Which is exactly why the Spina di Rosula exists. Those highfalutin folk are not all-knowing.
Navia knows big words.
To seep into the cracks where filth falls through.
Hello, Charlie.
Where
Welcome to the
wash fails
stream.
them.
We're doing
That's
some
the kind of
chill
problems we
Genshin.
solve.
Seems Paimon thought things were simpler than they actually are.
It's all right. Well, this was supposed to be a farewell meal, So I doubt you have further interest in this business, right?
Nah, I only care about my business, obviously. Based on all my other exploits in the other regions. Yes, yes.
Let's talk about something else. Like, what are your future plans?
Oh, you're from Scotland. That's cool. My great-great-grandmother was born in Scotland. So I do have some ancestry there. But that's cool. Alright, we did want to ask the Hydro Archon about some information, but she's dumb, so, yeah. Also, look, Navia has little glittery nail polish. That's so cute.
That's true. We didn't have a chance to speak to her after the trial ended. It didn't really seem like the right time or place to do it anyway.
I remember talking about what your path and element would be in Star Rail, but what about weapon and element for Genshin? Oh, I've thought about this. I think that I would be Animo. Let's see. Animo, and weapon-wise, probably Catalyst. I think that's probably what I would be. I don't like to get close to confrontation. And also my aim sucks, so no bows. Do I know any Scottish? No, I don't, unfortunately. But it really is. It's... like, I would love to learn one day.
I see.
Learn more of
So,
about that
primary objective,
whole
which has been foiled
culture
so
there.
far, was to have a chat with the Hydro Archon.
Yes.
I've heard that there's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. I suspect you'll be waiting for quite a while, considering that you missed your chance today.
Yeah, no need to rub the salt in the wound, okay, Navia? We know.
Yeah, we've heard that she's super popular here in Fontaine, and that it'll be tough getting any of her time.
Well, would you consider some more, unique ways? Perhaps even methods of, let's say, questionable legality?
Oh, it wouldn't be the first time we've committed crimes.
Guess that's Bina di Rosula's boss for you. Chock full of sketchy ideas. Well, what did you have in mind?
Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask to speak to her after the performance.
Uh-huh. That, seems a little disrespectful to whoever the troupe is.
I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending, and would agree in order to finish watching the play. Don't you think?
I guess so, yeah. I ended up being put as Electro, even though I see more of myself as Animo because of trauma. Oh, the trauma. No one can escape it.
Just something a little more practical. This plan seems pretty hard to pull off. We'd have to go learn how to act, and acting's really hard.
Yeah, considering all the times we've tried to infiltrate the Fatui, I don't think that's gonna work.
All right. Here's another.
We didn't do so good with that.
Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed. Then wake her up in the dead of night and demand answers. Don't let her go back to sleep until she answers all your questions.
So, how do we get that close to her bed? Navia, pray tell.
I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm sleepy, I'll do anything as long as I can finally get some sleep.
Well, that is valid. Yeah, me too, honestly.
That might work, but that's not really the problem. The problem is we don't want to get ourselves arrested.
Yeah.
Valid point. I overlooked that part. I was just thinking about leveraging a person's desire for sleep.
How can you overlook something like that, Navia? Come on now.
All right, no more joking around. Perhaps you could... Oh, I don't know. Cut the line when she's on a break.
Just step in front of someone.
You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusation she had nearly upheld personally. I imagine that she feels quite ashamed about the whole thing.
Yeah.
You mean that if we catch her while she's on a break, she might be too embarrassed to refuse? Oh, that does make some sense.
Yeah. Also, I just love how Paimon has a chair, but she's just floating above it. Like, sit down. Does she, like, sleep while floating, too? Anyways, it is worth a try.
Why don't we give it a try after
And
the
seems
meal?
like less of a problematic thing.
Iron is hot and all.
Huh? Paimon, did you drink my Fanta?
The Fanta! The Fanta, you mean? I don't know.
Was this your drink?
Paimon, you gotta stop eating other people's stuff.
Paimon wasn't really paying attention, and the cup was right next to Paimon. Would you like to order another?
No, it's fine. We're just about done here.
Yeah.
Alright. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fonta anyway. It tastes kind of salty and icky.
My drink also tasted like that.
Is that so? Huh. Well, in that case, we'll have to blacklist the Fanta here then.
Yeah, just get rid of it.
If
As
you're
you do.
finished eating, then I'll go pay.
Yeah, Paimon's just the standing man emoji. Paimon is a magnet. She and the floor have opposite charges, so the floor repels her constantly. Yes, that's very accurate. Okay, I think you're onto something.
Yeah, we're stuffed. Thanks for the treat, Navia.
Yeah. If she touched the ground, Tevat would implode. Yeah. I love how Navia's just like, oh, we're just gonna get rid of this drink at this place then. It's nasty. No one else can drink it anymore. You could try walking, Paimon.
Nah, that would be so normal. You know, like you.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that, Paimon?
Okay. As for expenses this month, we're left with...
Hey, Navia, what are you doing over there?
Oh, nothing. It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover.
Oh boy, she's going bankrupt, guys. She's using all the money. Yeah, it's all Paimon's fault. She got too much food.
Let's get ready to try to meet the Hydro Archon again. Bye, Navia.
No worries, Ham. See you in a sec.
So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're always welcome to contact the Spina di Rosula.
Oh, thanks.
Give your request the highest priority.
Wow. I'll keep that in mind, Navia. It's always good to have friends, especially in a nation where we know
I wish
nobody.
you smooth sailing. I'll see you again, partner.
Thanks. Alright. Let's go. Act 2. Alrighty. V. Okay, we gotta go all the way over here. I haven't explored any of Fontaine yet, other than what I've done in the in my streams so far. Just because I wanted to finish the story first. Whee! There's a pupper. I see a puppy. Look how cute! Oh my gosh. Look at its little face. Why can't I pet it? What is it with these games and not letting me pet the animals? I sob. Literally the only game that has let me do that kind of thing is Twilight Princess. It lets you pick up the cats. It makes me happy.
There aren't many people around anymore. Looks like that boat we took to Aranias might have been the last one.
Oh, the voice again. I forgot about that. I wonder if this was the voice that Linny heard near the Oratrice, too.
Looks like we're back here again.
Who is this thing?
Traveler? Are you hearing voices again?
Yeah, it's clearer now, too.
Ugh, that's kind of spooky. Are you sure we don't want to come back in the morning?
It's not the first time something weird has happened to me. It's okay. Like, shut up. Like, I think that this Vache person is not coming, voice.
Hey, why are you still walking?
They're not.
There might be
They're gone.
in the water.
I feel strong emotions.
Huh? Hang on. Paimon can kind of hear a voice. It's calling for Vache, right?
Oh, now she can hear it. Convenient.
Hey, traveler, stop walking. Come on, wake up.
No, I'm going to succumb to the voice. The voice Lenny heard called him by name, so probably not. Oh. Yeah, that's true. I wonder who that was then. That was never really explained. Welcome back, Ham. An Oceanid? Question mark? Who could this be? Where am I?
Vache, are you my dear Vache?
No.
No, wait. You seem to be someone else. Do you know Vache? Do you know where my love is?
Girl's gotta sleep. I know, right? No, I do not know. I don't know. I don't even know who you're talking about.
Wait. Who am I? I'm very sorry. I fear I do not know.
Sag.
My memories feel like they have been washed away like a flood. So many fragments dissolved amidst the tide, never to be recovered. How
Rip,
much have I
dude.
lost? How many things that I once held dear while on land have I since forgotten?
I really love how this quest is just pretending that that event from recently didn't exist. Like, we kind of already knew this about Oceanids, didn't we? Oh my gosh, you were once a human.
That is what I was once.
No way.
But now, I am but the consciousness of one who is lost, therefore.
Wow, you lost your form. That's terrible.
I do not know how I came to be like this either. I only vaguely remember being covered in light blue water,
Oh,
and then all grew dim.
I see. So the people who get dissolved become Oceanids? Were you one of the girls that got dissolved?
I also remember going to many places. I loved adventure, loved exploring places of peril.
This is making my fear of forgetting bigger. No! Well, if it makes you feel any better, I think the chances of someone showing up and dissolving you with water is very slim. So you should be okay.
No matter where I went, Vache would go with me. I knew how dearly he loved me, and I also loved him equally as much.
Are we sure that he loved you a lot?
But now, we can no longer go back. The pain of such parting. I never knew how heavy it could be.
Do you need me to go look for him? I go look for him.
No. Our reunion no longer has any meaning. There is no way for us to create any new memories.
Darn.
The thought of me gives him no succor. So let it lie forgotten beneath the waters. If you meet Vache, tell him not to look for me. Tell him to move on. That is the only thing I still remember.
Well, I think it will be hard for him to just forget you if he loved you so much.
Perhaps that is so. As I was submerged in the waters, losing consciousness, I saw Vache above the surface. His eyes were filled with such sorrow, such longing. If only I could have comforted him, told him that I did not suffer. Indeed, I had felt a great warmth.
I know, girl does need a hug. So Vache was there. when you were dissolved.
Is that what you call it? Dissolving? If anything, I consider it a form of release. It was a state of neither fear nor frenzy, with only an endless peace, like the water's still surface.
I mean, clearly you're not feeling great now, though, right?
I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water for the first time, and only then sees how they have lived for so long in a world of endless want and anxiety.
Well, some measures of the consciousness still seem to remain.
I think I hear your companion. It's time for you to go, I think.
Man, Paimon, she's yelling at me.
Farewell, then. I am glad that you were able to sense my presence.
Yeah, no worries. I got you, girl.
If you see Vache, tell him not to seek me out any longer.
Okay. Well, that's that. That's all dealt with. Sweet. Oh. What's going on? Hello? Why are they attacking? Right? The Oceanids are so cool. Oh my gosh.
Look out!
That's a lot of bad guys.
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardamex.
Why are they attacking? Oh, Chlorine?
Chlorand?
Oh, okay, she's helping us. I think she's helping.
Quick, now's our chance!
Go, Navia! This is so cool. She's also very cool. I love her design too. And she has a literal gun. Like, what more could you want? Hi, I literally just did this cutscene, so I'm popping in for a moment. Hello. Girlie needs to get a bigger shirt. I think this one's a little tight.
I should thank you for lending us your sword there, Chlorand. But before I do so, could you explain how you managed to show up here?
Yeah, can someone explain what's going on, like, in general to me? Because I don't know.
I followed you. It seemed to me that danger has followed you more closely.
She's so cool. I love, 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 love this design. I like her silhouette. It's very unique compared to the other Genshin characters. I feel like they're really starting to branch out with that. But she's very, very cool. They've also really, like, the color palettes for all of the Fontaine characters. Stunning.
I believe that following someone without their knowledge
I'm
is
just
actually
dying in the
called
back.
stealing, is it not?
Mr. Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety, and I will not betray his trust. He would do the same, were he alive today.
And, like, her face looks different, too. I feel like they really are starting to, like, have some more, like, variety in terms of, like, the general look of characters.
Do not speak of my father.
Sorry, mademoiselle. I was not strong enough.
Silver, the homie. It's okay.
Thank you for your aid, Miss Clorand, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech. I believe we all wish to avoid unnecessary emotional harm.
Sorry, I did not consider your feelings.
Like, she's so cool.
Whatever. What else do you know? How did you come to the conclusion that I'd be in grave danger?
I doubt I know much more than you, but I believe that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances is very powerful. Your performance tonight will almost certainly attract their attention.
Gosh dang it.
I'm sure they've known about me. To be honest, I'm shocked it's taken them this long to act against me.
So, you mean to tell me that whoever is behind these disappearances has control to all of those, like, mechs? Seems like that narrows down our search a bit, huh?
And what about these Gardamex? I thought only those associated with the Maison Gardiennage could control them.
Exactly what I just said, Navia.
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. They are not the ones used by the authorities to enforce the law.
Look at her eyes! They're so cool. She's cool. Everybody in Fontaine is cool, and that's bad, because how am I supposed to get all of them? Huh? I don't have money.
Some powerful or wealthy party must have obtained them via illegal means, deploying them as a private force of sorts.
I wonder if they're colluding. Are they colluding with somebody who has access to these things? Because it seems odd that they'd be able to get a hold of them.
What? Your point being that they're out of Spina di Rosula's league, then?
Yes. Be careful, and do
Oh,
not
boy.
act rashly.
I will continue investigating no matter what. We will bring the truth to light. That's my father's true last wish. Regardless, thank you for your help
I'm
today,
still just
Chloe.
dying.
But
Someone help.
if any ideas, tell me first. I don't much appreciate being followed.
I do not think that they'll strike again anytime soon. So I shall stop following you. Good day, all.
Good day, you. Bye.
Right. I suppose that's the best news we've gotten today.
Slowly strolls away. Yes.
Demoiselle, I believe that Miss Clorand was being sincere with you. If we tried, we could attempt to thaw relations a little.
I know.
Lol,
I just-
no.
She's...
What just happened? Someone explain to me. Yeah, I just like pass away in the back.
Oh, thank goodness! Paimon thought we were done for! Those Gardamex came out of nowhere while you were unconscious, and Nadia and her gang saved us! Oh, and there was that champion duelist named Clorand who came out to save us too! We got lucky there. Paimon probably couldn't have fought them off otherwise.
Thank you for hashing what I literally just saw with my own eyeballs. Paimon, thank you. So you're a fighter now, Paimon? Didn't realize.
Oh, come now. Forget all that polite talk. That wasn't really a farewell meal we had back there. Not for me, anyway.
I see.
In truth, I hope that every
Game
meal
over.
we have together
Time
shall
to
be
start
a
over.
victory feast. As such, we're still partners. There's no need to thank me.
Well, thank you.
It will take 50 years for you to match Demoiselle's magnanimity.
I love Silver. He's such a homie. He is seriously such a homie.
If it were me, I would have joined the Spina di Rosula on account of her goodwill long ago.
All right, you two. That's enough.
Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in danger? You sure did show up in the nick of time.
Well, to be honest, you're the one who tipped us off, Paimon.
Huh? Really? Paimon contributed somehow? Ooh, Paimon's even more amazing than she thought!
I'm not sure this is a good thing, Paimon.
Yes, all thanks to you grabbing my drink by mistake.
Uh-huh. Silver, the biggest homie. He is. He is.
How did that help?
After we parted ways, I was on the way back to one of our bases when I suddenly thought of what you said.
The icky water.
That the Fanta tasted kind of salty and icky.
What you mean?
Fanta
What's
only
mean?
comes in sweet flavors. So how could it have tasted salty? The color of the drink, if I recall, had also been a bit off.
Did it have something in it?
So the Fanta had been spiked with water from the primordial sea?
Oh, well, that's not good, is it? What if someone's insides dissolved?
Yes, So, if you hadn't drunk that cup for me...
You would have died, girl.
Spina di Rosula is preparing the grandest of awards for you as we speak for saving the boss.
I see.
Huh. Really?
Well, fortunately for us, Paimon, we are not from Fontaine, so we are not currently a little pile of water on the floor.
I sent people to Hotel de Boer to investigate, but whoever did this left no trace at all. That's when I figured out that you might be in danger, and hurried here as quickly as I could.
What? Why would they go after us too? All we did was defend Liddy in court and help clear his name. Ugh, now we're caught up in this mess too, aren't we?
It's just par for the course for us.
Well, you did foil a plan that they were probably pretty proud of, and almost got their name in the process.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, did anything strange happen when you drank the primordial seawater?
It tasted yucky.
Well, it can't be coincidence that the traveler fainted just now. She said that she heard that voice calling for Vache again.
Oh yeah, people who drink icky water turn into oceanids.
Oh, and this time Paimon heard it too. But it was real faint.
Paimon drank the
This situation
remains.
has to do with
No.
primordial seawater then?
Well, according to Lynette, the ability to hear voices like that has to do with one's sensitivity to the hydro element.
Does that mean the primordial seawater raises someone's sensitivity to hydro when it's used on people who are not from Fontaine?
Possibly.
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing, to be honest.
I also have gained some valuable information.
New intel? While you were out cold?
This is normal for me, Paimon. Get with the program. This has happened so many times. Man.
Well, let's hear it, shall we?
Well, a person named Vache was a witness when this lady dissolved.
Oh, that is important.
Yes. You tell everyone about what happened while you were connected to the
Vache.
Oceanid's consciousness.
That name doesn't ring a bell. I suppose he hasn't stepped forward as a witness in court lately.
Yeah, that's the only way people are relevant in this place.
Since he saw that young woman dissolve, he was at least at the crime scene.
Yes.
But he never gave testimony or any information regarding people dissolving in the primordial seawater. Could he have been threatened?
We should go look for him.
Yes, thank you. This is very important information indeed. We will continue to investigate.
You mean us too?
Oh, you mean you'll help us investigate?
Sure, why not? This is what we do best.
Well, you did say that our farewell meal didn't really count. That means we're still partners, right?
Yeah, and we're still, waiting on Farina to actually talk to us, so, might as well kill some time.
Now, whether we like it or not, you're not gonna let those people who targeted us get off the hook so easily, are you, Traveler?
Messing with us is gonna cost them.
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite so pleased.
She's so happy.
Spina di Rosula, after all.
No, happiness is a good
You
thing.
talk too much. Well, in that case, let's head back to one of our bases.
Denied.
I'll arrange accommodations for you.
Great.
We also have some plans to go over, and hopefully we can deepen our bonds as partners. But we'll take that one step at a time, I guess.
Of course.
Don't worry, you two. With us around, our base is definitely secure.
Yeah. Silver, I know you got my back. I know you've got my back. I can't read that. Alright, let's go. Oh, this is not close. Hey. This is quite intriguing. I love how the Traveler is always like, no, I don't want to get involved in any of your nation's problems. And then and then somehow it's like, okay, so I'm helping now. It's like, it always happens. Living in the Genshin universe either guarantees you're hot or you get in some sort of drama. Or both. It is true either way. Let's go. I love this, area. It's very cool.
It's right up ahead, but let's make sure we weren't followed first.
I've been keeping watch, Demoiselle. I
Yes.
haven't spotted anyone suspicious thus far.
Good job, Silver.
Huh, very good. But let's not let our guard down for now.
I shall find rooms for our respected guests.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Malus. Now, let's continue, traveler.
Yes.
Too slow.
We're going to the underground. Honestly, that entrance is very obvious, Navia. Also, how are normal people expected to get down this? I guess the ladders. But there aren't really ladders everywhere, is there? Maybe there is. Seems very inefficient, especially because, like, Navia's wearing heels. Like, doesn't seem very practical. Ooh, we're in the sewer. Slay! Oh, don't worry. I'm glad you got to drop in for a bit.
The wind rises.
We'll see ya in the next one, perhaps. But thanks for dropping in, Ham. Alright. Puppy! 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 Who's a good boy? You! You're a good boy! I love that they've added new, like, dog breeds. I love it. Navia probably floats down with a parasol like Mary Poppins. Yes. I absolutely... That's canon now. Children? I swear, the kid models just look so bad in this game compared to Honkai. They just are ugly. I'm sorry. They look so bad. Like, why do they... Like, they're okay. But they're not very cute. Ooh. This place is cool. I love the colors. They really, like, their lighting in this game is always, like, so nice. The art department is working overtime. Look how cool. Very nice. Alright, Malus. Where are we going?
So, this is your base?
This is so cool.
Quite what Paimon imagined.
Yeah, it really kind of isn't. Because, like, Navia seems like a very, like, noble individual. Like, wealthy.
Your accommodations have been arranged. Under the present circumstances, I can confidently say it's the best we have.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Well, our funds have been a little tight lately.
Ah, don't worry about it. We've stayed in
After
worse
all,
places.
We don't allow illegal or unethical profiteering. In fact, our funds often come from citizenry who support us.
Well, that's very nice.
Seems like it's tough times for everyone. But if you have the support of the people, that does sound like it's worth it.
Yeah, that's what matters.
To be honest, our financial situation was a lot better back when my father was in charge a few years ago. I'm afraid I'm not quite his equal.
Oh, don't say that.
Your father, he was the previous boss of Spina di Rosula, right? How did he...
Don't ask questions like that, Paimon. That's not nice.
Demoiselle, if you'll allow me to explain.
No. I'll explain it myself. I suppose I couldn't run from this topic forever. And, as partners, this is something I hope they can understand.
Well, at least you're cool about it,
My
Navia.
father's name is Callus. Yes, the same one they call Callus the Unfaithful in the streets. 3 years ago, he was accused of murdering his own friend. But he chose a duel to defend his honor instead of standing trial. He died in the duelist's ring.
That's sad.
Oh no.
But I do not believe my father was a murderer. I'm sure he was set up. At At the time, I believed that if he only stood trial and was duly investigated, something amiss would crop up and prove his innocence.
Yeah.
But strangely, he not only requested the duel himself, but rumor has it that even after being seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as having lost the duel, he refused to surrender, determined to die in the arena.
Strange. Almost feels like he, you know, might have been hiding something, maybe.
3 years later, I still don't understand why he did that. How could he protect his honor if he's dead? If anything, he gave up his chance to defend himself.
Do you have any clues?
The closest piece of info I have is that my father had been investigating the serial disappearances case at the time of his death.
Maybe he was coerced or something.
Ah, so that's why you're so determined to get to the bottom of that case.
That's right. I've also tried to investigate the murder my father was implicated in, but I haven't found a single new clue in my countless reviews of the investigation records.
Maybe someone's hiding something.
However, I believe that if the murder case is related to those behind the disappearances, they must know something.
Yeah, it's still a good cause to try and solve that
I
too.
must know what really happened. Was my father coerced? Framed? Even if he really did kill his friend, I must get to the truth.
I get you.
If only he'd been more open with me when he was still alive. He even hid the fact that my mother died due to complications when giving birth to me.
Well, he does seem like somebody who might hide some stuff then.
And now, here I am investigating his death. You really are a handful, aren't you, Papa?
Man, seeking the truth for the sake of your family. We're quite alike.
Demoiselle, please, if there is anything I can do, anything.
Hello! Welcome to the stream, Ayumi Star. How are you doing? We're just playing some Genshin. Playing some more Fontaine. Because I am so hooked.
I also will never believe that Master Callus murdered anyone. There are none whom I respect more than the two of you, Demoiselle. Master Callus did so much good in life, yet all it took was one murder case for him to be dubbed Callus the Unfaithful.
I mean, you know, if people think that you killed somebody, I guess I get it, but, you know.
Even our supporters
Murder's kind of a big thing.
Incidents, hence our strained finances at present.
Wait, if Callus was such a good man, wouldn't people at least be a little suspicious when he was accused?
No. Perhaps people just revel in that kind of drama. It's not something exclusive to people from Fontaine, really. Everyone's like that.
Amen to that, sister.
People love watching the evil turn over a new leaf, but they also enjoy watching good people fall into an abyss from one slip-up just as much.
Yeah. Also, I'm glad you're doing good. And also, I am very excited to play more of this quest. I've been thinking about it all week.
What? How could... Never mind. If Callus was really falsely accused, we have to find the truth. He didn't deserve to have that happen to him.
Yeah.
There is one other thing. Master Callus's opponent in the duel was Miss Cloran.
I see. I see what the problem is now. I see why there's a bit of tension there.
Oh, her? Well, then, isn't that as good as saying that she was the one who killed him?
Yeah, no wonder the mood's been a little strange, huh?
Yeah, that's not the sort of thing that you can just let go and move on from.
No.
Miss Clorand has always placed great emphasis on the honorable nature of the duel. If her opponent doesn't yield, she will not stop either.
I mean, she's just doing her job, but still.
She knew Master Callus beforehand and greatly respected him, but seeing how he was resolute in the arena, there was only ever one choice she could have made.
Man.
It's not that I don't understand her at all, but I just can't deal with this yet.
No, I think that's fair.
Don't worry, Navia. Paimon knows how you feel. You don't have to force yourself to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Afterward, Miss Cloran told us that at the start of the duel, Master Callus requested that she ensure Demoiselle Navia's safety.
Well, then that would indicate that he intended to die.
Yes, that is our understanding as well.
Strange.
Oh, Papa. What madness drove you to ask the person who killed you to take care of me?
Well, she didn't want to, I'm sure.
Anyway, that's the information I wanted to share with you. Even if it did sound like I was just complaining towards the end.
No, I get it. I get it, girl. It's important.
Thanks. You two should go and rest. This was quite a day after all.
Indeed.
Please, relax and get some sleep. We will ensure you rest soundly.
Thank you. Silver, I know you got my back. You're a good one. You're a good one, Silver. A peaceful night passes under the Spina de Rosula's protection.
Paimon slept so well. This place feels almost too safe.
Don't say stuff like that, Paimon.
Huh? Navia? Where did the other two go?
I sent them back to Poisson. It's Spina de Rosula's place of origin, and where we have our headquarters. There's not much for them to do here.
Poisson? Literally. Is that place literally just called fish? I do know a little bit of French. Poisson. Yeah, I'm just gonna go hang out at fish for a little bit, you know? No worries. I'll be back. I'll be back later.
Paimon gets the feeling that you're just trying to get them off your back. But never mind that. When did you get back? Were you waiting here the whole time?
No, I just returned after going out for a while. I did some investigating yesterday regarding the name Vacher.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so you didn't sleep at all?
How could I after having such critical new evidence appear?
Girly.
Guess Paimon wasn't speaking for everyone just now, huh?
Sag.
Unfortunately, this name seems to have been wiped from existence. It
Hmm.
doesn't seem to have a match anywhere.
Suspicious.
I suspect that those behind this have already taken steps to hinder an investigation from this angle. But that does prove that this Vacher person is a key witness in the incident.
Mm-hmm. It's called fish. Yes, it is. Literally, the word poisson in French means fish. It means fish. Oh boy, Genshin devs. You're on something else. Also, yes, Vacher, sus.
Does that mean we're too late, though?
No. There is one ray of hope. One place in Fontaine that they would find almost impossible to threaten, no matter how much they wanted to.
Yeah, it's in the town of Cheval, you know, Horse Town.
And that is the archives kept by Chief Justice Neuvillette. A
Neuvillette!
place where detailed files on all the cases in recent years are kept.
Can I go see him? Please?
If the
I'm asking nicely. I want to go talk to
one of the
him.
young women who went missing recently. We should be able to find some related information there.
What character am I wishing for? Well, I just did, I did some polls last Genshin stream, and I polled Linny! So, I was going for Linny, which I got him, and I'm very, very excited. So now I am currently saving up for Fremine next. Since he is a 4-star, I'm hoping I get to pull him quickly, and then it's all going to Neuvillette, baby. I love Neuvillette. And I want to make sure that I definitely get him.
So Neuvillette maintains an archive of case files? Whew. Guess that's the hard-working Chief Justice for you.
He is hardworking.
In that case, let's go talk to him, shall we?
Yes. Navia, no! You can't do this to me. I want to talk to him.
Hmm? Aren't you coming along, Navia? Did you get tired?
No, it's nothing. Let's go see the Honorable Chief Justice.
Yeah. Let's go. I want to see. I wish to see him. Let's go.
The palais is right up ahead.
Sweet. Hi. He's wonderful. There! How do we know where we're going?
State your business here. The Chief Justice is presently occupied with official matters.
Official matters. What?
Huh. This place does look pretty heavily guarded. Guess that proves that Nervalet's files are really secure.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hey, don't you recognize us?
Huh? Who are you? Just to be clear, I don't care who you are or who you might be related to. Our rules make no exceptions.
But can you make an exception to the no exceptions rule?
See? They've got great discipline, too.
Oh my goodness. No way.
Paimon can tell. If you're here just to crack jokes, I can point you towards the exit. Unlike some, we're busy. So please leave if you don't have a reason to be here.
No. What I meant to say is, shouldn't you remember us from a few days ago? We were at the trial of the great magician Linny.
Yes.
Oh, yes, I remember. I read about it in the Steambird. You must be Linny's attorneys. It's all coming back to me now.
Indeed.
We're here today to report and archive some information on a follow-up case.
Huh. Is that even a thing?
Yes. It is now.
Of course. Don't worry. We're here on official business. You can trust us.
Okay, you did not have to add the "you can trust us" to the end, because now we sound sus.
All right then, I'll let you through. The Chief Justice is just inside.
He is? Oh my gosh. Where is he?
Thanks so much.
See, that's what I'm really here for. Hello? Knock, 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 let me in.
Please come in.
He's so far away, he had to... for his voice to be that loud, he'd be like, please, please come in. He's like yelling. Hey. Ugh. Go. Man. What gave him the right to be so pretty?
We only lied to get in because we didn't know any other way.
Oh, just admit that we lied, like, immediately.
It's all right.
He's like, get out.
Please let me know how I may be of assistance to you.
Ugh. Man, I love you.
So you're not mad at us?
We're looking for a man called Vache. He may have been an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. If we can find him, we may be able to unearth some key information on the case.
Ah, I see. In that case, please wait here a moment while I browse through the files.
Man. Y'all. He could do anything. He could breathe, and I'll be like, he's breathing. His hair is so cool. Tick, tick, tick.
Unfortunately,
It's all gone. Yep.
I'm quite certain that no one by the name of Vache has been involved in any case, criminal
Darn.
or civil, in the past several years.
Good try, Nubilette.
There are no records of him either in the files or in my memory.
He has records in his memory. He refers to his memories as records. He's like, yeah, let me just open my downloads folder.
Traveler, what if it was really just a dream?
No, it was real.
All right then. Thank you so much, Monsieur Neuvillette. We'll take our leave now.
Ahem.
Let the man speak. No.
Miss Navia, I can understand how you feel.
Yelan and Paimon are my favorite characters. He is definitely very high up on my list. He has crawled his way into my heart so quickly.
Your father, Callus, was a truly exceptional man. We deeply regret his passing.
And what are you trying to say, Monsieur Neuvillette?
No. Someone's upset.
Are you trying to console me? Extend your sympathy? Or just express some tendril of regret?
Oh boy. Uh-oh.
No. You are not trying to do any of that. I can hear it in your voice. There's no emotion behind your words. You only said those things because you felt like you should.
I mean, what else is he supposed to say? I'm glad your father died, lmao. No! Like, come on. He's gonna cry after this.
It's just like this.
He's like...
After my father took his place in the duelist ring, I pushed through the guards to talk to you as a last resort. You even told me then that you thought there was something fishy with the case, yet you still allowed the duel to go ahead. In your eyes, the value of a human life is nothing compared to those cold laws you hold so dear. If you truly regret my father's death, then why didn't you call a stop to the duel?
Oh wow, they actually have animated tears now? Dang, Genshin. You leveled up. Before they just had like the single little tear on the corner of the eye, but now they're like animated? Wow.
Why didn't you give me the power to stop him from throwing his life away? Why did you just let him die? Despised and hated by all. Everything was hanging on a thread at that moment.
They got that gotcha budget. They
Tiny
finally put it to
that
use
changed
3 years later.
Everything. There are still
Dang.
so many things I never got to tell him. So many questions he still owes me answers to. If you really have no heart, then just look me in the eyes. I, Navia, will show you the true meaning of regret.
He's like... He's like, I'm trying so hard not to cry. Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry.
I'm sorry, Miss Navia.
Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry.
You and my father are truly alike. You keep all kinds of things in your heart and never say a word to anyone.
I know they've had, tears before. I've noticed that they have, tears, in the corner of their eyes. They've had tears, yeah. But I don't think they haven't had them, going down their face before and stuff. Yes, more trauma.
It's not so much that you can't feel, but that you would never express anything.
Unless I'm just stupid and I never noticed.
Oh well. In any case, everyone already knows full well the apathy of the Chief Justice.
The rain after almost every trial says otherwise.
My apologies for taking my emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon.
Gorley, that wasn't necessary. Is he okay? Poor Neuvillette!
Navia, are you okay?
It's raining! No, Neuvillette! Oh no! Poor thing. He just sits down. He's like, I was sorry. Oh, I need to go back in there and give him a hug.
I'm fine. it's raining.
You're right. Wasn't it still sunny when we went into the building? And there shouldn't be any active trials today. How strange.
He's sad.
Now that I think of it, on the day my father was convicted of murder, it was also raining.
He cried after that too. So he really did feel bad.
What is it?
Man.
Did you think of something?
To El Neuvillette. No, don't talk about my man like that. Your father's case, was he outside when it happened?
Yeah, he was outside. It was uncovered and the rain could fall there. Why? Do you think the rain could have affected the crime scene? That thought has occurred to us before. We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that, but didn't find anything of value.
But there was something you didn't know at the time.
Oh? Wait. You don't mean...
That people can be turned into water.
So you're saying that the true murderer could have been turned into water and then got washed away with the rain? Yeah. And if that's what had happened, then no one would have believed your dad, even if he explained what he saw to the authorities.
Yeah.
I really think I found a true genius for a partner. You're completely right. How did I not connect the dots earlier? All right, let's go to Poisson. With this
Let's go to
in
fish.
mind, we'll get to the bottom of my father's case for sure.
I think I have some finger cracklies. I haven't had any finger crackly ASMR since I debuted. Let's see. Oh yeah. That's good stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna make progress for sure this time.
Do you want to go with me now? Or do
Yes.
you want to head over by yourself later?
Well, I need to go give Neuvillette a hug, and then I will catch up with you. At least the killer is clean now. Yeah. I'm sure that whatever I say has no bearing, but I'll join you later.
All right, then I'll wait for you at Poisson.
Finger cracking ASMR, that's a first. Yes, that was a staple back on in my PNG tuber days. I want to see him. I want to see if he's okay. Let me in. I want to check on him. Is it going to let me go in there? Come on. No! I don't know if you can hear me, Neuvillette. I don't know if you care. But it's gonna be okay. I promise. Alright, that was all I had to say. Bye. Alright, let's go. Let's go out fish. Why is this one like such a pain to get to? Alright, let's go over here and we'll go on the cable car and then just jump off. Jump off when it's time. Poor Neuvillette. He's like, the whole time she's sitting there yelling at him, he's like, don't cry. Do not cry. It's gonna ruin your reputation. Don't do it. Gotta see that video of Swagger Souls getting like 200 people to crack their knuckles. Yes, I have seen that video. Literally my people right there. Literally my people. Alright, let's go. Sit. No, why do I always do this? Because it's F, not E. My goodness.
Welcome to the Clementine Line Aquabus. This boat tour will take you to the magnificent Court of Fontaine.
Yes, I love that. You just hear the, like, crunch of everybody in the audience.
And I'll be your tour
It's
guide.
glorious.
Even though I'm not as reliable as Elfman from the Nabia line, I'll still do my very best. And if you're dissatisfied with anything, feel free to let me know right away.
I want Eyeball to succeed in life.
Wait a sec. It's, please contact a staff member with your feedback after reaching the station, and we will address your concerns as soon as possible.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Back on topic. The destination of this trip will be the Court of Fontaine.
Great. Okay, we still have a long ways to go.
To learn upcoming sensational trials, please subscribe to the Steam Bird.
Okay. I love this aquabus thing. It's like so relaxing and you get to see all the scenery. And then you can just like jump off whenever you want and you can give the little people a heart attack. Look at the cute little houses. What I would not give to live in a little house like that. This is so nice.
The Steam Bird runs lots of fantastic serialized novels, including the thriller Great Detective Herlock, which
Wow.
recently reached its dramatic conclusion.
I'm pretty sure that Paimon already spoiled that for me.
Herlock faces off against the real mastermind, revealed to be the assistant, Miss Jacoba.
Oh my gosh.
The old site of Lilia Cruces Ordo. I couldn't stop my feelers from shaking. Oh no, did I spoil it for you?
It's okay.
Anyway, coming up ahead on your left-hand side is Mercy Village, the hometown of all Melusines.
Cute.
Myself included. It's deep below the ground, just over there.
Wow. That's great. When am I supposed to get off? Oh, we still got a long way to go. There's a thingy right there. I wonder if I can get it.
We will now pass through Poisson Tunnel. Now
Fish
that I think
tunnel.
about it, very few people tend to take this line.
I'll get that later. I'll just mark it. Yeah.
Maybe it's because humans don't really like deserts. After all,
Yeah,
most
no one
places
and
have
no
midnight
one, no
updates
human likes to
for you
eat
guys
dessert.
do bail.
Oh, there's a
I've heard that in places
thing right
with
here.
lots of sand, even Clockwork Mecca will start to malfunction. I mean, no rational person would try to cross a vast, hot, and dry desert to get to Fontaine, right?
no.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to imply that you were irrational.
You did. I'm getting off now. You've insulted me. Ooh, a chest. I like those. Whee!
Busted.
Music's not even catching up.
Squall and Fury.
Gotcha.
Cool it.
Bap. Wonderful. After the main quest, you can hear Farina cry in the fountain. Oh my gosh. My goodness.
Fascinating.
Ooh. Well, this is cool looking. Ooh, I wonder if I can get that up there. I don't know what that is. I'm not gonna touch it.
Behold.
Right now, at least. I can do this. Come on. Don't fall. Don't fall, Skirmish.
Squall and Fury.
Sweet. Alright, let's see what this thingy is. Hello? Energy blocks can be naturally occurring or artificially created, and are separated into pneuma blocks and osea blocks. After collecting an energy block, your next normal, charged, or plunging attack will, upon hit, release energy stored within them. This will come in handy when adventuring in a place like Fontaine. Okay. With the aid of these energy blocks, characters can unleash pneuma or osea energies even while underwater. Most characters from Fontaine have an arc, and thus can use their attacks to trigger energies corresponding to their arc attribute underwater without the use of pneumosea blocks. Okay. Cool. Where do I hit with this? What does it want me to hit? Am I supposed to hit something? I don't know. Oh yeah. Okay. I need to go down. Hello. We gotta go to the fish village. Fish village. Poisson. Oh, this is cool. It's like a little boat. Again, the colors are just great. Hey, Navia. Hi. Her little wave.
Whoa, what a huge ship! Why would a ship be anchored at a place like this?
I don't know if it's anchored, Paimon.
There's no need to be so surprised. While it may look like a ship, it's actually Spina di Rosula's headquarters.
I see. So where we were before was not the headquarters. I got that
was the one
wrong.
who asked for it to be built like this. Perhaps our taste in exterior design is the only thing we occasionally had in common. A gigantic and glamorous ship embodies discovery, opportunity, ambition, and conquest. It symbolizes Spina di Rosula's bright and limitless future.
I think I am starting to understand why you like it.
And Paimon thought you were bluffing when you said Spina di Rosula had a glorious past.
Yum.
Paimon was confused why a group with such a history would live in the sewers. But now that Paimon has seen this ship for herself, she's been convinced.
You got a nice place, Navia. I like it.
Poisson is where Spina di Rosula began, after all.
Misheard ship is something else.
Our home.
Yes, yes. This place is very cool. Also, Scaramouche looks very pretty in this area. Where is that? Where is this Hydroculus? Is it down here? Oh. I forgot I can swim. I'm under the water. Yo! Look at how pretty he is. This is so cool. Oh my gosh. I'm getting distracted. Is there a breath meter or something? Feels like there should be. I got a jelly. It looks like a jellyfish. Wait, where am I going right now? No, 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 no. No, I don't wanna. I don't wanna go. No! Whatever, it's fine. I probably should stay on track. Swim. I definitely will have just some, like, Fontaine exploration streams just to, like, run around and stuff because I love this area. I think we should do a stream where we get, like, all of the waypoints and stuff after we finish the main stuff, of course. Because I would love to run around this area. It's so cool. And of course, do the little swimmies. The swimmies. There's a Hydroculus. Is it up there? Hello? Where are ya? Are you up here? Yeah! Thank you. Hello.
Maloose, we're back.
Maloose. Hello.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle, and our most important partners.
Yes.
You said before that you still had some business at the court. What brings you back to Poisson so quickly?
I can't take them seriously when they say that.
About that. It's because my partner here reminded me of something really important. You see, what if my father's case had something to do with water from the primordial sea? You still remember, right, Maloose? On that night, it was raining?
Yes, the case was quite similar to that of Mr. Linney's. Both were what you'd call impossible murders.
Indeed. Suppose the mastermind is the same person.
Could you tell us a bit more about what happened before?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Many years ago, something called synth began to gain popularity in Poisson.
Synth.
At a glance, it was a kind of drink that could excite your mood and produce many pleasant hallucinations.
Man, the drugs in this game.
Wait! Didn't that guard guy who turned into water also mention that the primordial water could be used to produce some kind of potion?
Right, he did mention that.
Yes, he did. Considering what we know now, it's almost certain that synth is created using water from the primordial sea.
Mm-hmm.
If you drink synth for an extended amount of time, you'll suffer many side effects, such as losing the ability to focus or control your emotions. And if you were to stop drinking it completely, you'll experience flashes of paranoia and anxiety while lacking energy to do anything. It's an extremely dangerous substance.
Don't do drugs, kids.
As he oversaw Poisson, my father was compelled to put a stop to synth abuse and called for a complete ban of it.
I think that is a good call.
Boss's uncompromising attitude incurred the synth vendor's wrath, but no matter how much they threatened or bribed him, he refused to yield. Not only that, the boss became determined to find the mastermind behind the synth operation and put an end to the problem once and for all.
Yes, but the enemy was very cunning. So he could never get anything out of the dealers, all of whom only sold the stuff and weren't privy to the rest of the operation. Recognizing that, my father decided to contact the dealers in secret and cultivate personal relationships with them. Finally,
A smart
he was able
man.
to convince someone to become his informant. The man's name was Jacques. He
Jacques.
felt greatly ashamed about his work after seeing many families destroyed by synth abuse. That night, my father hosted a banquet at his countryside estate. He planned to meet up and exchange information with Jacques over some food. But then, we heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard.
Oh my
We
goodness.
raced to the scene and found my father, still holding a gun, and Jacques, who was already dead on the ground.
Suspicious. Very, very suspicious. Also, I love how we get to Fontaine and they're just like, oh yeah, guns exist. By the way, guns exist in this universe.
Huh? How did that happen? Aren't they on the same side?
Yeah.
Sounds just like Lenny's case, doesn't it? In both cases, the culprit seemed obvious, but neither appeared to have any motive at all.
Indeed.
Looking back on it, though, I now believe the most important clue was something we all overlooked at the time. There were pieces of clothing left at the scene.
Oh. They could belong to someone who got dissolved.
Precisely. It's all thanks to you that I made the connection now. Back then, we all just thought they were some costumes that Jacques used to disguise himself at the banquet. But, considering it now, it's almost certain that they belong to a third person at the scene. With one extra person, we'll also need to reconsider why the 2 shots were fired.
True. Because if 2 shots were fired, you know, you would think that 2 people were hit, but only 1 was dead. So, I mean, of course, someone could miss. That is also a possibility, but, you know, for the narrative, yes. It's possible the third person was to blame.
You're right. We still don't know what happened. But my intuition tells me that we're on the right to figuring it
Reading
out.
and typing is not a good idea. Yeah.
Finally headed towards the truth.
Nug's not drug. Yep.
Jacques was an empathetic man who was infinitely remorseful for his past actions. It's unlikely that he turned on Boss with 0 warning.
That does seem rather strange.
I think this third person is probably the key to the full truth. On that note, however, even though this will not please you, demoiselle, as your and your father's butler, I must still offer a word of warning. Our opponent is insidious and cruel. They are extremely difficult to deal with, and Boss has already lost his life trying to bring them to justice.
Yeah.
Even though Spina de Rosula has lost most of its former glory.
Fish.
Poisson has welcomed a new time of peace, and we have been allowed to live out our lives.
Yes.
There is no need to follow your father's plan. It would be both wise and in line with Boss's wishes to step back and give up on the case.
No!
If that's indeed what he wished for, then he should have told me that himself.
Yeah. If he knew that he was gonna, you know, die and stuff, like, then he could have told her that, you know? He could have been like, yo, they're about to frame me for this thing. Don't try to solve it yourself, okay?
Was I not the closest person to him? And yet, I was the one most kept in the dark. What was the point of him dying without sharing any of the secrets he knew? Did he manage to protect anything in the end? Synth is still here. Callus the Unfaithful is still his epithet. And Spina di Rosula is barely getting by. Nothing has changed.
Man, the drama.
Did he think I'd just accept his meaningless death and live out my life just as meaninglessly?
It is also her choice, too. You can't stop her.
I've never accepted that. Ever. Not since that day, and certainly not now. I want to find out the real answer for everyone's sake. For the missing girls, for the victims, and for myself.
Yes. You go, Queen.
Tavia.
This is indeed the best moment to act. Your partner appears to be quite reliable, and more importantly, Demoiselle, I think you're also ready to take this on.
You literally just said, like, lol, don't. What's with the mixed messages, Maloose? So don't worry, now we have the main character with us. So don't worry, exactly. The main character always figures it out.
So you do know something else, Maloose.
Yes, I do. In fact, even before that banquet, Boss already knew of the connection between Synth and the serial disappearances case.
Oh my goodness.
But what drove all the tensions to the boiling point was the revelation that you, Demoiselle, have been selected as the next target to disappear.
Oh boy.
What?
Boss also didn't tell you that he had been diagnosed with a rare illness.
Man, he really did hide a lot of stuff.
No more than 5 years left to live. And the serial disappearances case caused him great anxiety.
Man.
5 years was nowhere near enough time to resolve this long-standing conflict. But once he passed away, all the danger would pass on to you. Knowing all of this, he decided to use one final intimidation tactic before his death. He claimed to have already gotten his hands on some key incriminating evidence for the other side, and even told some members of Spina di Rosula about the details.
And this guy really did not bring it up until now,
But
bro.
as long as you remained safe, he would not share the evidence with the public. If something were to happen to you, then he and all those he told would immediately expose all they knew about Synth and the disappeared victims.
Right. So nobody would be able to get off scot-free.
As we've seen, Boss's tactic has worked. Even though Boss has been gone for a long time, the other side has not tried to take Demoiselle's life.
Until now.
No. I don't believe it. He never appeared to look sick to me.
No father wants their daughter to see them weak and haggard, especially someone as proud as Boss. To him, dying in a duel and suffering lasting dishonor as the unfaithful was still far preferable than losing face in front of his daughter.
Dang. I don't think that's very nice. Like, just give her no warning, you know?
So he chose to die in silence, so that he could protect me.
I'm afraid you're not understanding this correctly, Demoiselle. What Boss wanted to hand to you was not a parasol, but a sword. If Boss's spirit could hear you telling me that you want to find the answer for the sake of everyone involved, I'm sure he'd be extremely proud.
Man.
That fool. have just given it to me straight?
Right?
No. He might have set up everything precisely because he never thought I'd be able to understand him.
I think that everyone could do with a bit more communication.
Is that the amount of confidence he had in me? And what if I was never able to make it to where I am now?
I don't agree with the Traveler here. I think that was kind of not nice for him to do that. I guess he gave you the choice to live how you want. You could have just lived in ignorant bliss, but okay.
Yeah. I suppose that's true. With the way he'd set things up, if I had wanted, I could have just lived out my life without a care in the world. But thankfully, he rarely talked to me about complex matters, and thus understood little of me as a person. In this case, he really didn't need to give me an easy way out.
Yeah.
Malus, what was the key evidence that he shared with you?
It's the location where synth
No.
is produced. Essentially, it's the enemy's headquarters.
So this guy, Malus, he just knew this whole time. He's like, yeah, I know where they are. He's like, I'm not gonna say though.
When he was threatening the enemy, boss didn't share the specifics of the incriminating evidence he found.
Like, I know that Navia hadn't, like, outright said, oh, yeah, I want to do this, but, like, once she was, like, into the case, why wouldn't you tell her? Clearly she's in it, like, she's in it now.
But if you want to use it against the enemy, you'll still have to take several things into consideration.
Why? If we know where the place is, can't we just go storming in?
No.
You mustn't forget that we're fighting against a mysterious and dangerous organization that's been in operation for decades. There's no telling what might be.
Wouldn't be
lying
the
in
first
wait
time
for
we've done that, Malus.
We also have no idea what kind of evidence we may be able to find inside, nor what people we may be able to capture. But a single visit to their headquarters would be tantamount to a formal declaration of war. The worst case would be that we leave empty-handed, but also open ourselves up to full retaliation.
That would be bad, yes.
Then, in that case, why not work with the Fontaine authorities?
Well, you saw one of them dissolve during Mr. Liddy's case. We have no idea just how thoroughly they may have been infiltrated.
That's true. Seems my father really had no
Don't
choice.
worry, they're all NPCs, Malus. It's okay.
But things are different now. It should be a lot easier to prove the other side's guilt, now that we've connected Synth with the disappearances case.
Yeah.
You sound like you put a lot of thought into this, Malus.
I am the butler, after all. I live but to serve the boss and Demoiselle's will.
I love the ruffles, unrelated. I love the ruffles on her dress. They're nice.
I've always been willing to take on any kind of risk for your sake. But considering my relative lack of ability, I've spent my time keeping secrets, performing basic investigations, and waiting for the right time to come.
Man.
Thank you for all of that, Malus. Have you discovered anything new in the past few years?
Let me think.
Nah.
One conclusion I came to was that the enemy must be quite familiar with Spina di Rosula. Or at least have an informant planted here.
It better not be Silver, or else I'm gonna be very sad.
When I announced orders to the organization's members on Demoiselle's behalf, I used to deliberately keep a few people in the dark and observe the reactions of the synth vendors. If the vendors didn't change their plans, then the individuals informed of our orders must be innocent. If the vendors packed up and fled, however, then someone must have given them the news.
I see.
After several rounds of testing and investigative tracing, I've narrowed the suspect list down to 3 people.
3 people.
The first is Florent, Spina di
Florent.
Rosula's senior advisor.
Huh? Florent?
Yes, surprising, isn't it? He was one of the people Boss trusted the most, which also means that he was someone who understood Boss really well.
Interesting.
Thanks to his position within Boss's innermost circle, he always knew our upcoming plans and could thus avoid capture this whole time. There's someone else like him too. Marcel, the head of Confrérie.
Marcel.
Uncle Marcel.
What is the confrérie thingy?
It's a guild in Poisson. The boss helped it to grow to
Fish
its current
guild.
size and prominence.
Fish
In the
guild, fish
beginning, they were
guild.
only reselling some daily goods, but now they're one of the richest guilds around, with a lot of business connections in the city.
So, they're like a sister organization of Spina di Rosula?
Yes, you can say that. When we were fighting against the synth dealers, they provided us with plenty of support. It's
I see.
a bit difficult to imagine someone using their own money to hunt down themselves.
Yeah, that does seem a little strange, huh?
The final suspect is Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information between Spina di Rosula and the guards. Although the guards mostly leave us to our own devices, there are still many activities we have to report to the local authorities.
I see.
Since Thierry is always in the know about our current activities, he could theoretically always plan one step ahead.
My money's on Theory, personally. Thierry. Or whatever. Him. Because clearly the guards are already compromised, so why wouldn't they have another guard that's compromised, you know?
I see. These are all people who I communicate with quite regularly.
Man.
To think that the enemy we've been fighting against has been right next to me all along, among those I trust the most. It's almost too hard to believe.
If you want to investigate them, please take every precaution to not alert the quarry. Judging from our experience, the enemy is extremely cautious.
I'll beat them up if there's a problem.
Of course. And thank you, Malus. You've provided us with a lot of great information.
You're too kind, my lady. I'm just doing my duty. And before I forget, proving Boss's innocence would also mean clearing him of blame in Jacques' death.
Yes.
After that incident, Jacques' wife and daughter were taken into the Spina's care. They still live in Poisson today.
In Poisson.
If it might help, you
Poisson.
could also pay them a visit. I can make the necessary arrangements.
Okay. I think that would be good. We could get some valuable information out of those two.
A new case awaits, my dear partner.
Let's go. New
I hope we
mystery.
can work together to uncover the truth and end this case once and for all.
Alright, we got some more case records. Alrighty. Next up. Poisson. Poisson. I always think that. It's so funny. I was like a stim of mine for a while. Just Poisson.
It is settled.
Poisson.
Please excuse me and enjoy your conversation at your leisure.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you for arranging everything for us, Malus.
Excuse me, miss. Do you need anything from us?
Man, this girl is shooting daggers out of her eyes. Look at her. She's like... She angry. Why angry? I mean, I guess it makes sense.
Hey, Navia's all quiet. This isn't like her at all.
Let's not bother her.
I'm sorry that I only came to visit after all this time. After what happened, I didn't know how I was supposed to face the two of you.
Ah, if it's about that, there's no need to apologize. After my husband died, Spina di Rosula sent us a lot of mora and support. I understood your guilt and apology to be genuine.
That's good.
But aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques? I can understand the kind of pain that comes with losing a father so needlessly.
Yum.
You don't understand at all.
Girl? Shush! The adults are talking.
I didn't know how to face you, because I didn't know what I could possibly bring as a consolation gift. I know only the full truth could bring closure to you. And to all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Girl. Girl. Just listen. Listen.
I'm sorry. I appreciate the sentiment, but you don't have to carry all that guilt. On the matter regarding my husband, my daughter and I have more or less found our answer already.
Oh, you have you?
Would you mind sharing it with me? I really can't believe that my father could ever bring himself to shoot Jacques.
I always knew that my husband's money was earned through others' suffering. He told me countless times that if he could turn back the clock, he would never go into the synth business again. He had many regrets, and felt that he took the idea of providing for his family too literally. For the longest time, he thought Mora was everything.
Man.
So when Mr. Callis came to him with a proposal, he accepted it almost immediately. He tried to be as careful as he could, but even so, he was still found out by the higher-ups.
The synth business people they were like, oh, a traitor. Remove.
They found out
Remove.
about his betrayal?
Papa didn't say that exactly, but Papa did tell me that I should never be ungrateful.
Before he left that day, he told me that he had no choice. It was only later that I realized it was his final farewell to the two of us.
So someone ordered Jacques to take out Callis?
I don't know that for sure, but you could say that's the conclusion I eventually came to.
Interesting. I was wondering if he had been sent, like he was forced to. But how come he's the one who ended up dead then, huh? What's that about?
Which is why I'm the one who should feel guilty. Callis had always taken great care of us, both when he was still alive and after he passed away.
Man.
Even if he fired the shot that killed my husband, it was likely in self-defense. It is impossible for me to hate him for what he had done.
Well, at least you're understanding about it.
But Mama, why is Papa still the bad guy if he did the right thing?
'Cause life sucks, child. That's why.
Papa always wanted to be a good man, so why did he have to do a bad thing in the end?
Naive, naive little one. Naive.
Things aren't always as they seem. You still feel like your papa was a good man, right?
Yeah, Papa was a really good man. The best in the whole world.
Then you should hold on to that. If a good man had to do a bad thing, then he must have had his reasons.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether he left you a parasol or a sword. He must have done so to give you a better life.
Yeah. This is good. This is giving Navia a chance to work through some of her daddy issues, too.
Oh,
Thank you for everything you've told me. I will definitely find the truth. The current state of things is not something I'm willing to just sit back and accept.
Yes.
Thank you.
We'll get to the bottom of
I'm
this.
very grateful to hear this from you. Even though your
I'm our
personality is
resident
quite
crime
different from
solver.
your father's, your determination when you speak is really similar.
You really think so? That's the first time anyone said that to me.
Poor Navia. I feel bad. Alright.
are you okay, Navia?
I'm fine.
I meant to use Wanderer's
Let's
skill.
investigate the three suspects next.
Yeah.
Laurent should be nearby, and we should be able
Laurent.
to find Thierry and Uncle Marcel in the city. I'll get myself together on the way, so please don't worry.
Florent. Man, French things are so funny.
Greetings, boss. How may I be of assistance today?
Florent. Yeah, French is funny. It's literally just like, here's all these random letters that don't sound how they look.
I'm sure you've heard about what happened at the Opera House. Someone got turned into water right in front of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard. But something that dramatic? I'm sure journalists will milk it for all it's worth. And it'll be all the talk for the next several weeks.
Meow.
It also reminded me, on the day that the incident happened with my father, it was raining outside, and we found some clothes left at the scene. After my partner here put the dots together for me, I feel like we should try to reopen his case. Can you do me a favor and try to recall what happened that night?
Were you there?
Let me think. Mr. Callus was feeling pretty upbeat that day. So he was drinking and bantering away with us at the table.
Oh, Lumine's face, she's just like... Go on. Uh-huh.
That, he told us that he wanted to go get some fresh air. So we let him go without thinking much of it. Who knew that we would hear 2 gunshots ring out right after? My first reaction was that Mr. Callus's life was in danger. So I grabbed my holster and made a mad dash toward the scene. But when I got there, it was already too late. Mr. Callus was standing over a dead body with a gun in his hands. All we could do was look back and forth at each other, not knowing what to say.
So, in theory, if Laurent was there, then wouldn't he have, like... Wouldn't Callus have, like, told him, like, oh, somebody else came up, you know? Like, somebody else just showed up or something like that, you know? Like, I feel like it would make more sense for Callus to have not gotten the chance to talk to anyone.
So you also remember 2 gunshots then?
Indeed. The guards said that the first shot didn't hit anyone, while the second killed Jacques. But I've never really bought that explanation.
Yeah.
Reason being, Mr. Callus had left his gun on the table. I even made sure to confirm that before running to the scene. But according to the guards, that doesn't mean he couldn't have had other guns on his person.
Oh my goodness! Multiple guns? Can't believe this.
About the clothes left at the scene that you mentioned. Do you think there was a third person there who was turned into water?
So why wouldn't Callus have mentioned that, then?
At least from our perspective, my father had no reason to kill. So he would also have no reason to bring an extra gun with him. The gun he was holding probably belonged to Jacques, or a third person on the scene.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So you're saying Mr. Callus ended up with the gun because he seized it from one of the other guys?
I feel like some of this still isn't adding up quite right.
But hold on. If that's what had happened...
Exactly!
Then why didn't he share the truth with any of us?
Why wouldn't he have said anything, huh?
He didn't even want to face the Oratrice machine, and chose instead to prove his honor in a duel. Did he lose all faith in the courts after seeing someone dissolve right in front of his eyes?
It's highly possible.
About that, Malus told me a thing or 2. So, I think I can understand why he committed to the duel. I'll tell you everything once the whole truth has been revealed.
And assuming that you're not the traitor.
I understand. Then I'll leave Mr. Callus's honor in your hands, boss. And if I may just say one more thing. The whole Callus the Unfaithful epithet has been a thorn in my side since the day it was invented.
Well, I appreciate that, bud.
Many people have laughed at me for still calling him Mr. Callus, even after so many years have passed. But it was Mr. Callus's trust that allowed me to rise through the ranks of Spina di Rosula and live the life I lead today.
That's nice, bro.
No matter what others might say, he'll always be the man I respect the most. And he'll always be my boss.
Don't worry. I will definitely find the truth. You and all our other comrades at the Spina deserve to know the truth as well.
Again, assuming he's not the traitor. But personally, based on this conversation, I don't think he is. But, I mean, I could be wrong, you know? But he brought up good points, and the fact that he did mention that Callus didn't actually tell him about the third person I feel like that's a good point. Like, if I were the traitor, I would have just tried to, like, sweep that under the rug and not mention it, you know? But you never know. You never know. Betrayal could happen at any moment. Alright, we gotta go to the court. The court of Fontaine. I just keep looking at the chat and seeing Poisson. Poisson. Hello? Oh. Thierry.
Hey, Thierry.
Thierry.
Oh, now, what brings you here, Miss Navia? I've heard that you made quite the name for yourself at the Opera House.
Ah, yes. He's a boy's boy.
Oh, so you've caught news of that already.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm also a member of the guards, you know. The way you make it sound, people would think I was sent off to Poisson because I had done something wrong.
I feel like they are trying to make this guy sus.
Are you sure there isn't a little bit of truth in that? Under normal circumstances, shouldn't you have been called back to the city already?
I mean, where I work is really up to me. Let's just say I enjoy the ambiance of Poisson.
This guy is sus, but I feel like until I meet the last suspect, I feel like it's too heavy-handed. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like the writers are making me want to think that this guy is the sus one.
Callis did a fantastic job running the town, building Spina di Rosula from the ground up and clearing many obstructions in my way.
So the location of that synth base we know now, there are no records as to who that belongs to. Not that we're aware of, I don't think. I think it's like an underground operation, so it wouldn't have any sort of like records and stuff, since the synth stuff is kind of like not good. I think. That's from my understanding anyway.
It would be next to impossible for me to find a
But as far as we know, we do not know who it
high-paid
is.
job in the city. Anyway, enough chit-chat. Are these two friends of yours? You, here for some formal business?
No.
Ah, yes. These two are my partners.
Hi.
What happened at the Opera House made us realize that Linny's case and my father's may be related. We're trying to reinvestigate the details of my father's old case.
Yeah.
Ah, I get it. You think there might be more to the case now that we know people can be dissolved into water, right? I was also flabbergasted when I first heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to go through the original files from your father's case, I can help you look for them.
That'd be much appreciated.
What a
Thank you.
Chad.
Actually, I have another question.
A sus Chad.
Do you have the authority to dispatch Gardamex?
Valid question.
Of course. Without them, I couldn't possibly handle Poisson on my own.
Yeah, the writers are really trying to pin it on this guy. They're like, it's this one. He's the traitor. It's way too heavy-handed. I won't lie. I mean, maybe he is the traitor. And it really is just that obvious, but...
Why do you ask? We definitely can't use them to force...
He feels a little too sus.
Well, you see, just recently, we were attacked by a horde of unnumbered Gardamex in the city.
Yes.
So, if you, hypothetically, wanted to do something against me, all you would need to do was get rid of the mecha serial numbers and send them after me.
Then you think too highly of my abilities. Dispatching mecha is very different from controlling them. If I had to make an analogy, when you order a dish, the chef will make it for you. You can ask the chef to cook, but not to massage your shoulders or carry your baggage.
I mean, you could ask the chef to do that, but the likelihood of it happening is low.
If you try to make unreasonable demands, the chef would just think you're out of your mind and ignore you completely. The same goes for me and my Gardamex. Removing a serial number is also not as easy as you might think. There are a lot of complex steps to it, and it's almost impossible to keep it a secret.
I see.
So I can promise you, those mecha were definitely private units. They're certainly not cheap. So, whoever their owner is must be super rich, powerful, or both. Now that you mention it, though, being in the synth business would definitely be profitable enough to afford this.
Now, here's the thing. That last guy that we're supposed to go to, the one that Navia referred to as Uncle, he has like a partner business with the Spina Dorsula. So like he probably would have money. I'm just saying.
Oh, then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
Oh, thank you for the vote of
I think
confidence,
this guy
Navia.
was... We're supposed to think that he's the traitor, but I don't think he
Jokes
is.
aside, I'd like to wish you all the best with your investigation.
Okay, sorry for judging you prematurely, Thierry. I didn't mean it.
I'll be staying in the city for a little while, so just come find me if you need any support from the guards.
Thanks, bro. Don't turn out to be the traitor or else I'm gonna be mad. Thanks. Alright, Marcel. Okay, I'm just gonna walk. We're close enough.
The wind rises.
I just love this city area. It's so cool. It's got, like, a ton of detail compared to the other capitals and stuff. Hello. Greetings, ma'am.
May I help you? I'm here to see Marcel. Could you please let him know? You can just say Navia's looking for him.
Hello.
Sure. I will let you
Navia
know
and
when.
friends. We are here to have a nice little chat with no suspicion or problems.
Navia, hello. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm not as young as I used to be, so my legs are giving out a bit.
Oh, nice excuse, Marcel.
Oh, it's all right, Uncle Marcel. There's no need to stress.
See, it's the uncle, too. The uncles are always the traitors. They're always the one after the dad's power.
I just wanted to talk to you briefly about what happened in the Opera House. I'm sure you saw everything too, right?
No, I didn't see any of it.
Yes, I've never seen anything so strange.
Oh, you were at the Opera House too?
That's right. I went there with Navia to see the magic show. Who knew it would turn into a whole murder mystery?
Ah. You wouldn't know anything about murder, would you, Mr. Marcel? You know, your name does start with M. And you know what also starts with M? I'm just saying. I think you're bluffing.
I also witnessed your marvelous sleuthing work. Quite impressive.
Okay, well, thanks. I will take credit for that.
To beat the Hydro Archon at her own game on her own turf, I can already imagine everyone in Fontaine discussing your exploits over a few glasses of wine.
That's right. Because I'm the biggest brain in Fontaine. Everybody knows it.
Oh, Paimon doesn't want to become the talk of drunkards.
Look, we already are, Paimon. There's no escaping.
Apologies. It's just how Fontaine is as a nation. Everyone loves drama and theatrics.
Yes,
Uncle
yes.
Marcel, you've also noticed that other thing, right? The fact that humans can dissolve in water?
Oh, no, I didn't notice that part.
Yes, I was reminded of your father's case right away. Is that what you're investigating now?
Why were you reminded of that, pray tell? Because it was fresh on your mind? Because you were remembering how you committed the crime in the exact same way? Yes, my Fontaine big brain is going brr at this case.
Exactly. I still don't have much solid proof, but I can sense that the other side has already begun to act.
Indeed.
And what makes you say that?
Oh, he's suspicious!
We were attacked on
He's
Aramea
suspicious.
by some unnumbered Gardamex. And there was also an attempt to get me to drink water from the primordial sea. If not for the vigilance of my partner, I probably wouldn't even be here talking to you right now.
He's like, oh, dang it, it didn't work. Man, I wanted to take out my brother's spawn so I could be the one leader of both of our companies. Gosh dang it.
Oh, you're giving us too much credit. Wasn't it you who protected us?
Alas, it seems things are heating up again. The peace that Callus sought so dearly will soon become a thing of the past. But rest assured, Navia, Poisson will always remain safe.
Poisson.
If you're scared, you can always return there.
Every time they say Poisson in this, I will say it like that. Anytime I say it, I'm gonna say it like that. If I need to teleport to Poisson, that's how I'll say it.
If anyone dares to lay their hands on you there, the Confrérie of Cabriere will use its funds to the last Mora to bring them to justice.
So you guys have lots of money, do ya? Lots of money? Hmm? You wouldn't happen to be using that money for, I don't know, nefarious deeds, would you? I'm just saying.
Thank you, Uncle Marcel. But I don't intend to go into hiding. I'm going to strike while the iron's hot. Do you have any new thoughts on my father's case?
I think that we shouldn't investigate it anymore.
About that. Sorry, my age is catching up with me, so it'll take me a while to recall my memory.
Oh, convenient. Your age seems to be quite a problem, huh?
The Confrérie was responsible for that banquet, so I was out and about the whole time making sure things were running smoothly. I didn't even have the time to drink with the guests.
So, you have no confirmed alibi is what you're saying. No one saw you? No one saw you at the party? You arranged the party, so you knew that both Callus and Jacques would be there because you arranged it and you have lots of money, so you could have hired those Gardamex. And I'm just saying, your name starts with M and so does murder, so it all comes together, okay? I'm just saying.
Then I heard the sound of a gunshot, and the rest was history.
Mm-hmm. And let me guess, your feeble old little legs were so slow that you couldn't make it to the crime scene in time to save anyone.
Oh, it's okay. No need to push yourself. We'll ask around some more. See if there are any valuable clues elsewhere.
Navia, I think you're being a little bit, biased because he's your uncle and stuff. But he's the uncle. He's the traitor. I'm just saying.
Sounds good. Just let me know if you ever need Mora.
See, he's mentioning the Mora again.
All my wealth comes from Callus's patronage and support. I'll spend however much it takes to clear his name.
Yes, all my money comes from Callus, and if you were out of the way, then I would inherit all of your money. Which is why I'm trying to kill you. See, and his recollection of the case is quite foggy. Convenient. I don't know. My money's on Marcel. I'm sorry that I judged Thierry prematurely. I was biased in that moment. I was a hypocrite.
Squall and Fury.
Don't mind me. It's Marcel. It has to be. Literally. Marcel the murderer. I think that has a nice ring to it.
We've talked to all three suspects, purely based on their conversations with me.
None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
Shush, Paimon. We all know it's Marcel. Fine. None of them really stood out as a suspect.
I suppose that's to be expected, though. If a single conversation's all that's needed to find them out, then my father wouldn't have needed to investigate the case for so many years.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, even though we didn't make a breakthrough, let's still compile what we were able to find.
We found out that Marcel has money, and Marcel gets all his money from the brother, and Marcel is a murderer. Okay, Jacques' motive, I guess.
Ah, you're right. Flora mentioned that Callus probably only ended up with the gun because of circumstance. That makes sense.
Indeed.
According to Jacques' family members, he already told them that he had been discovered, and that he had no choice before he left home that day.
Yes.
If I had to guess, he probably received an order from the synth boss to kill my father. Had he refused, he and his family's lives would have been forfeit.
So, big brain, go burr time. So, if the synth boss told Jacques to kill Callus, now, why would the boss have a motive for that? Huh? Yes, Callus is trying to shut down their company, but would it not make the company look worse if they kill someone who is opposing their company? They want to seem like they are still an upstanding company, right? They want to seem legit. Killing people that oppose you, not so good. So I think that's not a good motive. But if the owner of the synth company is Marcel, let's just say hypothetically, Marcel is the company leader, then he would be like, oh, my brother is opposing my company. He is trying to squash my company while he's off making a ton of money with his company, and then I'm not going to have money anymore, and then he's going to be better than me, and my reputation will be ruined, and I won't be better than him. So kill him. Get him out of the way. And it'll all be Jacques' fault. We can just pin all the blame on Jacques and be like, oh, Jacques went off the deep end. He went to go kill Callus. In the name of the company, we don't stand by him. You know? Ah? Good motive, huh? He's got a reason for that. And then, if Callus is gone, then again, especially where they were going to be going for Navia next, it would certainly make sense. It's like, kill the bloodline, you know? I'm telling you, I'm onto something.
So, Jacques fired the first shot?
If I was Jacques, I wouldn't have fired a shot at all.
Oh? And why is that?
Could he guarantee his safety after killing Callus?
That's a good point. Jacques probably already knew that he was just being used as a tool for murder. And once he had completed his mission, he'd be of no more use to his boss.
Exactly. His boss would be able to use him as a scapegoat, and he would have Callus out of the way, and he'd be able to inherit his brother's company, and all would be well. And Jacques would go to jail and take, responsibility for the crime, because he would have been the one that committed it.
Huh. So, what would make more sense from his perspective would be to turn his back on the Order and seek protection from my father.
It seems that the third person was indeed the one who derailed everything.
Makes sense. But without evidence, that's still just a theory.
A game theory.
Besides, Jacques, the attack from the Gardamex has been bothering me quite a bit as well.
Sorry, who has money again?
It's obvious that our enemy has become more antsy after the secret of the primordial seawater was revealed.
Do you think he knew, even then, that we'd follow this lead to the end?
Given everything that's happened since, it's quite possible. But who among the three suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardamex?
Who do we think? Marcel!
Uncle
Obviously! No hesitation, it's Marcel.
My father did really trust him. And they worked together on a large number of projects. Maybe that's how he got to know Jacques.
Yeah! And he hosted the banquet where the whole thing went down.
And with
He
funds from
planned
the
it.
Coterie, he could also afford a large number of Gardamex. It's still really hard for me to imagine, though. After all, Uncle Marcel has been around since I was just a child.
That's why you need an unbiased participant. Which is me. It's him.
Also,
I'm telling you.
This meanie has been spending a whole lot of Mora and energy to fight his own synth business?
No. No. I think that he's been pretending to fight his own synth business to get money from your dad. That's what I think. Might have been someone else. I don't think so. I still think it's Marcel. he easily could have been pretending. I don't want to say that Thierry is it. I feel like he's... I mean, he could have lied about the amount of influence he has over the mechs and everything. I guess. But it just feels too obvious. He's obviously the sus one, you know? I guess Florent. Florent?
It is
And he
true that
was there at the
closest
murder
to my father,
scene.
and thus had the best chance of learning about his dealings with Jacques. But as Spina di Rosula's advisor, his work mostly deals with personnel and security. So he shouldn't have much means when it comes to finances.
Oh my gosh. Something tells me that we're gonna have some kind of bias coming from her no matter who I pick.
So you're saying he's too broke to afford a mecha army?
Right, I thought that he was the least sus, but I can't pick Thierry. He's obviously the one the writers want me to pick.
Exactly. He can't. And even if he could, I don't
Florent.
think he'd be able to dispatch a whole group so quickly.
Maybe it was someone else. I swear, if it really is Thierry, I'm gonna be so mad, because it's obviously Marcel, okay?
Thierry, you say? Huh. It is possible that he's figured out a way to convert the Gardamex for personal use.
What's the motive, though?
But I didn't feel like he was lying when he was talking to us about the mecha. I also don't think he'd be able to keep that kind of tampering under wraps.
Ugh. Navia, I think you need to set aside your personal bias and understand that Marcel is lying about fighting the synth company, and he's actually derailing your father's efforts to shut down the synth company so he can get his money. And then he sends Jacques to kill Callus because Callus is trying to take down his synth company.
Yeah. Had he actually tampered with the mecha, we'd be able to prove it with a simple check of the guard's inventory.
Exactly.
If the mecha were taken from the guards, it should be pretty easy to find out when and how that happened.
Exactly. And Thierry said that the mechs are likely from a privately owned establishment. So,
Who could it be?
it's Marcel. It's Marcel. Because the uncles are always the traitors. Alright. Which of the three suspects is the most likely to have committed the crime? Marcel. Obviously.
You know, if you think everything through, Uncle Marcel is indeed the most suspicious of them all.
You are right, my friend. I'm glad that you've come to understand what's going on here. Because I'm the biggest brain in Fontaine, and you have to listen to me.
Could we be missing other suspects? Malus didn't know about the people turning into water thing when he narrowed it down to these three, did he?
But it's obviously Marcel. There's no need to investigate anybody else. There's no way it's anybody else.
He's been very reliable, and his judgment of others' trustworthiness has been fair and well considered. When he laid out his case for the three, the rationale he gave me made a lot of sense as well.
Besides, it didn't matter whether he knew about the water or not. His whole deduction process for that wasn't related to that anyway, and they still had things happening around those people.
The suspect is knowledgeable about the Spina's internal affairs, has the means to dispatch Mecha to assassinate us, and possesses significant intellect and foresight.
Literally Marcel.
Even if I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how things could all tie back to Uncle Marcel.
He is someone who's very close to you, after all.
Well, we still have another trump card on top of all the theorizing and speculating.
The synth production base!
Yes, Malus did say that charging straight in there would be extremely risky. But we don't have any other options right now.
And we already know it's Marcel, so it's gonna be easy mode from here, right?
More solid proof before we can hope to go charging in on our enemy.
I guess that's true.
Navia, here you are. Oh, I've been looking.
Thierry, our bro.
Huh? Aren't you the guy from the guards? Did something happen?
What's going on?
Yeah. News came from Irenaeus just after you left. We've got another trial on our hands.
Another trial? For what?
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trials? What's so newsworthy about this one?
Right?
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Fatui harbinger called Tartaglia.
Child, what did you do? Did he get in trouble for beating up that guy earlier? Is that what this is about? Oh no. Child, you dumb boy.
What? Is that someone you know?
You could call him a friend.
Yeah, we know him. Maybe even a little too well.
Well, he's been accused of being the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
Child
It's
L,
absurd,
no.
don't you think?
Yes, it is absurd, Thierry. Why would he do that, literally? Literally, why would he do that?
Wait, how? None of our investigations have had anything to do with him.
Yeah.
That's what I thought was strange about it, so I came to tell you the news right away.
Mm-hmm.
If the charge against him stands, then it'll be next to impossible to get the guards to support any of our planned investigations.
Yeah, that's true. They got the wrong guy. It's not him. It's Marcel.
Right. Because they'll think they've already found the culprit.
Mm-hmm. We gotta break Child out of there.
Yeah. And it'll be a lot harder than to clear Mr. Callus's name.
Indeed. We don't wanna muddy up the whole investigation process.
Well, partner, what do you think we should do? We still haven't found any conclusive evidence.
Let's split up.
Huh? Split up? What do you mean?
I'll go investigate that place. I can beat people up, don't worry.
Just as expected of my partner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Since this is a trial about the serial disappearances case, the culprit's attention will be focused on Irenaeus, leaving his home base wide open.
Mm-hmm. And notice how Marcel was distracted. It took him way too long to come out. When we came to visit him, he's distracted. He's distracted.
You're right. This is our best opportunity. All right then, let's do this. I'll install them at the Opera House and charge Marcel as the true culprit.
Yes. Go, Navia.
I won't have any chance of making that charge stick, though, unless we find more evidence. It'll be up to you to make it back in time and hand the decisive evidence to me.
You can count on me, Navia. I know all about incriminating people. I got this. I'm smart.
We'll help you. Just like
Be
you
2 trials in a row that I'll just bang out immediately.
Demoiselle, please allow us to accompany.
Silver. Yeah, Silver.
I'm ready.
He's ready, guys. Silver is ready. He is ready to take down the courthouse.
Ah, Malou, Silver. When did you two get here?
We heard that you'll be leaving Poisson and figured that you might require our assistance.
Poisson.
It's our hope that your confidence will be bolstered with the two of us by your side.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Then, let's make haste for Irenaeus. Paimon, Traveler, I'll see you at the Opera House.
All right. Good luck, Navia.
See you then.
All right. Combining the information regarding the Gardamex and the investigation results so far, it can be concluded that there is only one person who could have a large number of Gardamex in his possession and run the synth business without leaving traces. This person is none other than Marcel. Exactly. Definitely not Child. They literally only apprehended him because he's a harbinger, I swear.
Now that Navia has set out for Irenaeus, we should also get going.
Yeah.
The location has already been marked on the map, so let's head over.
I have no idea what Genshin lore is, but begone, Marcel. Yes, we're currently solving a murder mystery right now. Navia, the girl with the yellow hair, her uncle is very sus. He hosted a banquet that the guy died at. Also, the guy that died was his brother, so there could be a lot of jealousy issues. He wants his brother's money. His name starts with M, and murder also starts with M. So I think I'm on to something.
Huh. According to Malus's info, the synth production production base is underwater.
I gotta swim?
Let's go and try to find the entrance.
I swim? Me. Let's go. Oh my gosh, it's so vibrant down here. Oh my gosh, I love this. Hello. This is so cool. I love the swimming. Let's see. Some weak sections of the Fontaine seagrass will shine with a special light. These must all be completely cut using Fontaine water blades or they will regrow. I don't know what that means. You will sometimes see these energy-emitting blocks underwater. Touch them to cause your character to absorb the energy within them, restoring aquatic stamina and HP. Okay. Hello? There's another gameplay tutorial. Abilities of the transoceanic source water and xenochromatic creatures. Sometimes these strange clusters of transoceanic source water will appear beside you, allowing you to unleash power using your will and deliver attacks. When attacking special xenochromatic Fontaine aberrants, big words, their powers can be absorbed for a certain period. Okay. Is oxygen not required? I'm confused about that. I don't know if I need to breathe. I don't know. Hello? Paimon? I haven't seen a breath meter, so I'm gonna assume no.
So this is the entrance that leads to the synth production base.
Also, Paimon can just
Seem out of the
speak.
ordinary at all.
I guess since we're in the region of Fontaine, and we're, like, one with the water now and stuff, I guess it makes sense. Alright. I'm sure they don't want it to stand out.
Right. An important place like this is bound to have a ton of protective measures and mechanisms. Navia's probably arguing up a storm right now to stall for us.
Yeah. Let's go. Meanwhile, inside the Opera Epiclese. I'm very interested to see what is going on with our boy, Tardy Tartar Sauce.
It would appear that I must repeat my question again, Mr. Tartaglia.
Hey! Look at you! Now see, this is the lore that I play for.
Do you accept the charge that you are the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
He's so small. Look at him. Tiny.
To be perfectly honest, I don't understand your country's complicated court system, or the reason why I'm being charged with something I've never even heard of.
Oh, child. Oh, Marcel and Callus aren't actually related by blood, they were just good friends. I think the reason why Navia calls him uncle is because Marcel's company is sisters with Spina de Rusula. I see. Either way, if they have that close of a relationship and he's already, like, taking Callus's money, like... Seems like he might want more of that, huh?
However, I did hear that people who have been charged can choose to participate in a duel to clear their name. Is that right?
Of course Child would want to do that.
In which case, as long as I accept the charge, I can have an all-out fight with that champion duelist Clorent, right?
He's like, I want to beat someone up.
I've got to admit, that's one of the most enticing offers I've ever received.
It's the leading forward. Sounds like such a great idea.
When I privately sparred with her last time, she was obviously holding back. Real disappointing.
Of course they've fought before.
Hey, don't you understand? You're currently the prime suspect for a major case. This isn't the place for you to be looking for fights.
Tell me why he's the prime suspect. I know he's a harbinger, but can we have another reason, please? We have already learned that just because someone's a Fatui doesn't mean that they're guilty, Farina.
Oh? Sounds like the Hydro Archon wants to lecture me on the ways of the Opera House.
No, he's such a smug little brat.
Then why don't you duel me too? I'm the kind of student that learns best in the heat of battle.
He's like, come on, Archon, beat me up.
No. That's not what I meant.
Was it not?
Alas, it would appear that communication with the defendant is going poorly. We have made very little progress.
Oh, I love the passive aggression coming off of this guy.
In that case, let me explain everything from the very beginning again. The goal of this trial is to determine the culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
Man, it's no wonder that Neuvillette cries after trials. He's probably so overwhelmed by the end of all this. He's like, I had to repeat myself 50 times today.
That case had nothing to do with him. You've got the wrong man.
Everyone's like, oh my gosh, not this girl again.
What's going on? Why is she interjecting again?
Yeah, exactly.
I told you it couldn't be one of the Fatui harbingers.
Yeah.
Miss Navia, this is the second time you've interrupted the court proceedings. I only tolerated your behavior last time because you were able to provide the court with a key eyewitness. But that was an exception rather than standard court protocol. I can very well charge you with contempt of court for your interjections.
Child is certainly guilty of a number of things, but for him to be guilty of some weird shenanigans would have to have happened. Yes. For sure.
Oh, please. Did you ever think I had any respect for this place's pointless theatrics? We can put that discussion aside for now. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to charge the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. And if my charges prove true, then Tartaglia here will be proven innocent by default. Correct?
Oh, a young lady has charged in and offered to clear my name. How fascinating. Well, I'd gotten half bored to death by all these rules and procedures anyway. So I'll take you up on that offer.
How nice of you, child.
So, Your Honor, is there nothing else for me to do now?
You may take a seat for now in the audience, but that doesn't mean the suspicions against you have been lifted.
He's like, alright, bye.
Now then, Miss Navia, who is the person you would like to charge instead?
That person is...
Marcel.
Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières. Huh? What Confrérie? Never heard of them in my life.
I've heard of them, but weren't they Spina di Rosula's sister organization?
Yeah.
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
Man, these guys get way too invested in these, like, murder cases. They're like, oh my gosh. Unless they're trying to convict them with the idea that the Fatui organization is the prime suspect. Considering that that's what they did in Linny's trial, too, then, yeah. I would guess that that's the case. They were like, Linny obviously did it because he's a Fatui. And it's like, but why do you think that? Because he's a Fatui.
Please let me remind you, Miss Navia, that charging someone is an incredibly serious matter. Committing to the charge also means taking on the legal responsibilities associated with it. And if the charge fails, depending on the circumstances, you may also be charged with the crime of making a false accusation. Knowing this, do you still wish to charge this man?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
In that case, I declare the charge to be valid. Miss Navia and attorneys, please take your places on the court.
If it was the Fatui that was responsible, then who could they convict if not just the main Fatui members who are already in Fontaine? Right. They can be like, oh yeah, it was just this Fatui guy that just happens to be here, even though it's a massive organization. Like, how are you gonna pinpoint who actually did it, you know? How are you going to literally convict the entire Fatui organization? Like, without solid proof, you can't shut down the Fatui and stuff. Like, what are you gonna do, you know?
Members of the guards, please contact Mr. Marcel right away so that he may stand trial.
He'll be here in 5 hours because of his old wobbly knees. After some time, a shocked and confused Marcel is brought to the stands. He's shocked he got caught.
Mr. Marcel, you will not require an attorney. Is that correct?
Apologies. It all just happened so quickly. I still haven't figured out what's going on.
I have a plan of defense because I didn't think I would get caught.
I think an attorney won't be necessary. This is probably just a misunderstanding between me and Navia.
Very well. In that case, since both sides have now arrived, Miss Navia, please present your charges.
I would like to take everyone back to 3 years ago, to the case of Callus the Unfaithful. Only through elucidating what really happened in that case can we connect all the dots for the serial disappearances case.
Navia, do you really think that I was the one who killed your father?
Yes.
Come on, why would I do that? Callus was my benefactor, and remember both you and I only ran to the scene when we heard the sound of a gun.
Uh-huh. But that's not true, is it? That's not true, because Florent also ran to the scene. And he actually remembers it.
If that's enough to make me a suspect, wouldn't that make everyone at that banquet a suspect as well?
I think there's no point in getting into the specifics right now. The audience doesn't even have the big picture yet. Even I'm struggling to remember some details of that case.
Man.
Exactly
Farina.
correct, Your Honor. I must refresh everyone's memory about that case before I can explain my charge and reasoning.
Yes.
I see. In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage.
Maison. Guaison.
On the day of the murder, Spina di Rosula hosted a large banquet in a countryside estate owned by the Confrérie of Cabrières. During the banquet, all attending guests heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. When the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary suspect, Callus, holding a gun, while his acquaintance, Jacques, lay dead from a gunshot wound.
Farina got humbled, right? She's like, I want to make sure that I actually have all the facts this time, so I don't look stupid in front of everyone.
The guards' investigation did not recover any other firearms from the scene. As a result, they concluded that the suspect's first shot must have missed, while the second must have taken Jacques' life.
No.
The suspect did not dispute this conclusion, and also declined to defend himself in court. Instead, he chose to prove his innocence through a duel. Callus was defeated by champion duelist Clarand in the ensuing duel, and soon succumbed to the injuries.
Rip, my dude.
These are the known facts about the case.
Alright.
The one with the motive to kill was Jacques, not my father. And even so, Jacques still had no reason to pull the trigger. In truth, the third person shot Jacques first, and was shot in turn by my father when my father seized the gun from him.
Yes.
After that, the true culprit turned the third person into water, erasing all traces of him from the scene.
So that it would look like Callus had killed Jacques, even though he had not.
Thank you for the summary, Your Honor. Of course, the guard's conclusion appeared quite sensible to us at the time. However, we should revisit the case now that we've gained new information about the abilities of water from the primordial sea.
Alright. Time to poke some holes in this bad boy. Alright. The banquet did happen, yes. Let's see. Okay. Loopholes here. Callus did not have the intention to murder. So we need... Let's see. Here, if it says that if Callus did not, he was acting in self-defense because Jacques was the one that he was supposed to kill. So review with that.
The testimony of the victim's family confirms that Jacques had thoughts of assassinating Callus when he set out for the banquet. However, in the end, he reconsidered, and instead shared everything with Callus, hoping to seek the latter's protection. Unfortunately for Jacques, the true culprit had already considered this possibility, and had sent out another assassin.
Yeah, I'm getting good at this, guys. Alright, now here, oop, my mouse is lagging. Here. Alright, so, After conducting a re-investigation, Callus did not bring a gun with him. So, there's a possibility of a third person. Alright, let's see what we got here. Well, if Callus didn't bring a gun out with him, then where else would he have gotten the gun from? So maybe this one? No, I didn't think it would be. Let's see. There was clothing of an unknown person. I'm looking. I feel like it's either... I think it should be... Is it this?
This assassin
Yes.
first shot Jacques.
There's
then turned to shoot
clothes.
Callus,
Suspicious
and
clothes.
wait for Callus to wrestle the gun from him and kill him instead.
Yes. Alright. There's a method to clear the killer's tracks, being the water that dissolves people from Fontaine.
A pile of clothing was found at the scene. The guards once believed they were used by Jacques as a costume to disguise himself. But now, it is clear that the clothes were proof that there was a third person at the scene, and that they were turned into water after committing the murder. Since it was raining that day, the culprit was confident that they could use the rain to wash away all traces of their dissolved accomplice.
Indeed.
Realizing this, the true culprit caused the hired assassin to dissolve into water, leading everyone to believe Callus was responsible for Jacques' murder. This is the true version of events.
I love the art style for these, by the way. I've been looking at them. They're very dynamic. Yeah. I'm smart. I'm a smart cookie.
Ah, so that's what happened. Wait, you're telling me something as dangerous as water from the primordial sea has been used for all these years?
Yeah?
What a great theory. It also explains Callus's and Jacques' respective motives. I guess they didn't shoot each other after all.
Mr. Marcel, you are the one being charged with the crime. You should provide a rebuttal if you wish to prove your innocence.
He's like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. Yeah, because you did it. Nuvilet's like, we're saying that you did that.
But I think I agree with everything Navia just said. In fact, there was nothing in her speech that directly implicated me.
Then, may I ask some questions? In my opinion, we primarily need to determine two things. One, do you have the evidence to back up your claims?
No.
I'm afraid not. At least not at this very moment.
Boo! If you don't have any evidence, you should just go home.
How about you go home? You go home first, lady.
I may not have the evidence with me, but I know where I could go to collect it. If we look up the deserted clothes against a record of people who went missing around the same time, we should be able to find a match. Considering the serial disappearances case, the guards probably kept careful records of all missing persons from around that time, regardless of age or gender. That makes sense to me. Monsieur Neuvillette, I would consider this to be a reasonable investigative direction.
For once, Farina says something that's logical.
Why do I feel like Farina's acting a little
Yeah,
different?
the audience members are so annoying. They're like, boo! This show sucks! And it's like, it's like, people, someone's dead.
Maybe she's scared of embarrassing herself again?
Yes. Speaking facts, Silver, as you should.
Alternatively,
Like the king
she's
he
become more
is.
diligent after charging an innocent citizen in the last trial.
My
second question has to do with the ensuing duel. If the truth is indeed as you described, then why didn't Mr. Callis explain himself in court? If he had testified that a person had been dissolved, he could have at least mounted a defense.
I thought about this too, and the answer is actually pretty simple. He felt there were things that were more important to him.
This trial is getting a 1-star rating from me, SMH. Right? That's exactly what they're like. They're like, yeah, don't go to the Opera Epiclese. Literally, the trials suck. The writing is terrible. Kim, people are dying.
The dissolving power of water from the primordial sea is an important secret for the true culprit of the serial disappearances case. My father could have exposed it for all to see, but he chose to take it to the grave. At that time, Spina di Rosula was in dire straits, and his reputation had already been shattered. He had no guarantee that going forward with the truth would allow the culprit to be brought to justice. What was certain, however, was that it would paint a gigantic target on my back.
Boss once told me that Demoiselle had already been selected as the next target of the serial disappearances case.
What? If the secret had gotten out, the culprit would have fought an all-out war with Espina right there and then. I wouldn't have been the only one in danger. All of us would have stood to lose our lives.
Man, Navia's a good little attorney there. She's good.
The guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter and determine that we were in the right. But what good would that do? How can a hollow verdict protect anyone? Had this opera house ever given my father any kind of confidence in its brand of justice, Spina di Rosula would have had no reason to exist.
Dang, she's gonna say that. She's all like, yeah, this court sucks. Your verdicts suck.
But by staying silent, we retain the ability to deter our opponents and continue the stalemate. I was able to become Spina di Rosula's president, which made me harder to target, as well as giving me more time to grow and learn. And once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge, I will do what this opera house cannot, and restore my father's truth and honor back to him.
Dang. She is attacking.
So, you mean to say, your father intended to die in the duelist's ring?
That's right.
Do you have any proof?
No.
Of course.
Oh.
All you need is to ask his opponent, Clorand.
That's right, I forgot about that. She's just like,
I don't need your apology, your guilt, or your support from the shadows. You don't have to do anything for my sake. But since he entrusted his will to you, Clorand, you should tell us the truth about his sacrifice.
Yeah.
So, during the duel, did you believe that Callis was intending to die?
Yes.
Yes, I did. As a champion duelist, I've fought many battles and taken a countless number of dishonored lives.
Yes, Clorand, do it.
In my line of work, I've seen all kinds of people give their all for the faintest hope to continue living. Some were determined, others passionate, and some even manic and twisted. Just one look and I can tell if a duelist is hoping to live or if they're looking to die. I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr. Callis never intended to leave the ring alive.
Slay. I appreciate you. I love Clorand's voice. Yeah! She's very cool. Honestly, I feel like I'm just like a broken record at this point because literally everybody in Fontaine, I'm like, you're so cool. Like, I just love all of them.
Since that's your testimony, I have no more questions. It appears there really are good grounds to reopen this case.
Thanks, Farina. You're actually doing the Justice Archon's job. That's great.
Concur. However, Miss Navia, you still have not explained the link between your father's case and the serial disappearances case.
Right? What she said was fascinating, but kind of beside the point.
Shut up!
Wait, weren't they just talking about the serial disappearances case?
Of course, Your Honor. The two cases are connected via a matter of timing. In my father's case, the culprit intended to kill both Jacques and Callus. As a result, they planned to act after hearing 2 gunshots.
This trial is such a risky gamble for Navia, for real.
And at the end of Linny's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because they realized they were at risk of being identified. The culprit could only time their actions so precisely if they were already at the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Coincidentally, Marcel attended both the banquet and the trial.
So that's why you suspected me. Even after hearing your reasoning, I still can't help but find it a little preposterous.
Oh, it's just a little bit preposterous, because you're, like, stupid and stuff.
I'm used to it, though. You've always been an impulsive and sentimental child, Navia. It's one of your most endearing traits.
Dang, he really went... You're just impulsive. Wow. You're just impulsive, therefore your accusations have no grounds. But I forgive you because I'm such a good, loving uncle who loves you so much, and I'm a good person, and I would never kill anyone.
No need to appeal to pathos.
I love Silver. I want him to succeed in life. I'm Team Silver.
I won't try to refute your points one by one, but even if everything you just said was true, can you prove that I was the only person present at both events?
I won't try to refute your points one by one, because I can't. I've heard way too many YouTube apologies, my friend. He insulted her and called her endearing. He's definitely a villain. Exactly. Silver is a 6-star character. Don't at me.
On top of that, does a person have to be physically present to control the timing? Can't someone remotely monitor the place?
Know what she can say to that?
Oof.
I know that even with that, you might still think you can reduce the list of suspects with some further investigations, until I'm the only one left on the list. Alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt by an accusation of murder from a girl you see as your own daughter?
Oh my gosh, he is really laying on the guilt right now. He's all like, man, I'm just a defenseless old man who has weak knees, and I love you so much, and I feel so hurt in my heart. I feel so hurt that you would accuse me of murdering someone. You were like a daughter to me. Oh. No. Stop pretending that you're saying that. You know, you're not saying that just because you like her money, okay? He needs a ukulele. Exactly. Listen to at least Marcel's apology was better than her apology. Exactly. I'm just a loser.
But if I were to dismiss this completely, you'd also think I'm not being considerate of your feelings. Ah well, let Uncle Marcel teach you another lesson.
Oh, I'm so innocent. I'm so innocent. I'm such like a loving guy. Hello, welcome back, Ham. We're attacking this man in court.
Do you know what the biggest flaw in your reasoning is?
You're wrong.
I suppose you're gonna tell me anyways.
Oh, yes, no worries. No worries. I'm probably going to be ending the stream after this cutscene, and then we'll continue this Archon Quest next week. So, don't worry.
It's timing again.
Oh, you're wrong, lmao.
I'm a businessman by trade. From that standpoint, there's no reason for me to kidnap young women. It's a high-risk action with nothing to gain.
Oh, but these women weren't kidnapped, good sir. They were dissolved.
In addition, I left my home in Snezhnaya when I was young to come to Poisson
Poisson?
and work in some trade. My business only thrived when I received Callus's patronage.
And I just, oh, so loved his money.
But the disappearances began before I ever stepped foot in Fontaine.
Oh, but sir, you're forgetting one thing. Oh, what's that? A timing thing. Here's the thing. They have caught many a culprit for this thing, but they have continued, even despite that, leading a lot of people to believe that it is in fact a group of people who are committing these crimes. So, easily could have been one of your henchmen.
I do apologize, demoiselle. This was my mistake.
Dissolved like my ideas to draw. So true, bestie.
No, it's not your fault. I'm sure he had come prepared.
Because he's the culprit and he's actually been thinking about this.
Is there anything else you'd like to say? Would you like to check the date of my first business license against the first known case of the serial disappearances?
Yes, we all know that the disappearances have been happening for 20 years. No one cares, buddy. There's been lots of culprits that have been caught.
You can also take a look at my border entry records, or ask my friends and family when I left Snezhnaya for the first time.
Oh, so he's dropped the nice guy act now.
Could those records and testimonies do something to appease the unspeakable anguish in your heart?
Oh, no.
Seems like she got the wrong guy. At this rate, Navia will be convicted for falsely accusing him.
I think you've done a superb job of dissecting your father's feelings as he neared the end of his life.
Oh, and I'm back to the nice, Mr. Nice Guy.
But aren't you going against all of his wishes and expectations right now? He wished for you to become more rational, collected, and conscientious, instead of dwelling only on your own feelings.
How do you know that?
Once you've learned to be more considerate of others' feelings, and to stop rushing headlong into things, you'd have met most of his expectations.
I see. So, attacking her for her impulsivity again. He's like, you're impulsive and you don't care about anybody else's feelings. And that's why your father would be disappointed in you. This is turning into personal attacks.
It never has been. The biggest difference between me and the rest of the victims is that I still have the ability to search for the truth.
He really is
While
hitting
that
there.
same agency has long been taken from them. The people whose families were destroyed by synth abuse, the people who lost their loved ones to the serial disappearances, and the people who suffered tragic ends due to their sense of justice. Many people's images are flashing before my eyes. I'm sure some are coming to those of you in the audience as well. And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vacher?
Vacher! I forgot about him. He knows him. He knows him.
Oh, so you do know that name.
Guilty, 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 guilty. Come on, New Violette. You know that we were looking for Vacher and he didn't exist, according to you.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
Oh my gosh, that was a nat 1 on deception, my bro. No one believes you. Like, nobody hears a name and then they go, you know, of someone they literally don't know. I mean, if he were innocent, why should he be required to not make it personal, right? Exactly. He's his son or something.
I was waiting for you to say that.
A little while earlier at the entrance to the synth production base. Sweet. Literally, like, imagine you, like, someone's talking and then you hear a name you've never heard before and you're like, like, why would you answer like that, you know? Why would you do that? Maybe I'll go, I don't know. Should I think I need to do this section. How much longer does the quest have, actually? Do we know? I don't want to... I thought I was going to stop after that, but now I'm in the middle of this domain. Can I, like... Okay, I can leave. I can leave. It's okay. I was worried that it would be one of those things where it's like, you're gonna lose everything. Swim. Pew. 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 This is not... It doesn't do a lot of damage. Alright. I want to get... I just want to get this. There we go. Yeah. Alright. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna end the stream here. And then next week, I will have another stream where we will finish off this quest. And if I finish it quickly, then we'll just explore some. But, yeah. This has been fun! Again, I'm still just so hooked on this whole storyline. And you know what? We need to prove that Child is innocent. Because he is. Well, he's not innocent in general, but he's innocent of this. The style for Genshin is so nice. I really love it. And I really feel like they've, like, upped their game in terms of, like, their design and use of colors and everything. So, yeah, it's definitely really, really good. But yes. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and head on over to my chatting screen really quickly. Just so that I can let you guys know sort of what is going on. I will have a schedule out tomorrow morning. Schedule will be out tomorrow morning for next week. Once again, we will have Honkai Star Rail on Tuesday. That'll be the day before the update. So we're going to get some last minute funds for Don Hung. And then the week after, we'll be pulling for our boy. So we'll be ready for that. I also will have a Genshin stream next week. I also am planning on having a one-hand clapping stream, which for those of you who don't know, that's a game where you control it with your voice. So I thought that might be fun. I have never played that game before, but I've seen it, and it looks very, it looks very fun. So we'll have that too. And I'm still deciding if I do have a fourth stream. I am still deciding what that will be, but yes, Stair Rail, my favorite, my favorite game, Stair Rail. But yes, that's the plan. So I will have my schedule out tomorrow. So keep an eye out for that. And of course, you can also follow my socials and everything to keep track of that as well. So, yeah, but this was really fun today. I've had so much fun with this new Archon Quest. It's so, so good. Legitimately, I am having so much fun. I love the mystery of it, and I love getting to, like, solve all the clues and putting everything together. And, of course, all of the characters are so awesome. So, definitely am excited to see more, and I hope you guys are too. But yeah, it was a fun stream. I will see you guys very soon. So I hope you all have a great rest of your day. And Geekling signing off. See you guys next time. Bye!